Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to War Commander Unshackled. Step into the darkness. Well, I think we've had a little more darkness than we've had games since they've done that. I am actually going to turn this over to Venom, and he's going to get this show on the road. Venom, all on you, hon.
I was just trying to make a snack to bring over to the table. I very much appreciate Lady Warrior taking this under her wing. I'm having issues with the winter storm we're having here in my region, and I didn't want to risk possibly having the power go down and the long time it would take to get the my router to go through its diagnostics and stuff and then get back on the show. God forbid it drops. So thank you again.
You're very, very welcome.
So I'm going to hopefully be able to share this as we go through our updates for this week. Now, we have a ton of stuff to go through because this was obviously a huge update for all the stuff that they're doing for this week. We've got the real quick. I'm waiting to see it come up on my TV up there.
Well,
but we're going to have.
Yes. Before you do that, should we introduce the panel?
I didn't hear that part. I didn't hear that part.
You didn't do that part.
I didn't hear that part. I thought you already went through that.
No,
part.
I didn't do that, Nublet.
My deep apologies. All right, so we'll introduce the panel. We'll let everybody introduce themselves. So if we start from the far corners of the research, our airline stewardess would like you to put your trays in your upright and locked position.
Hello there,
introduce
everybody there. Anton Airlines here there, and thank you for the invite, and hello to everybody on YouTube. Keep the questions coming.
And a new friend just popped in. Oh, and he popped out again. All right.
In and out.
If you'd like to unmute yourself, Mr. Phoenix, and introduce yourself if you're aware and coherent. I don't know if he's there. Well, we'll skip him.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
The great Daba Phoenix. I have a floating smiley face popping in and out.
Hey!
Oh.
Is that who I think it is? Is that the beloved champ? It is.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't miss this one.
Hi, champ.
Hello.
Hello, Jumper.
Hello, Anton. Hello, Venom. Hello, Godscope and Daba.
Well, Godscope I will introduce. He's indisposed right now. He should be back in about 10 minutes or so.
We're allowed to say anything we like about Godscope for the next 10 minutes.
So get your ribbings in right now while you can.
It's all Godscope's fault. He did this.
That's why the game went down twice. It's his fault. Blame Godscope for everything.
Godscope.
Okay, now we'll let Venom go on and go with the little notes and all that fun thing that we're going to do today.
And of course, our lovely. Let me see if I can get this to actually share what I wanted to share. Application window. Over here. This might be another one of those lovely days when it doesn't want to share what I wanted to share, but we'll see. We'll see. Because I'm still looking up there and I don't see it doing its ever.
Oh, you know what? Hold on, Venom. I know why.
You're still locked on.
Yeah, I'm still locked on. Hold on, baby. There you go. Now you have control. Sorry about that.
No, it's quite all right. Let's see. All right, let's see. It says you are screen sharing and presenting to every. There we go. Okay,
yeah, it's Godscope's fault. Blame it all on him. He's not here.
So, first and foremost, we're going to do two quick little recaps. One for the event calendar, just leading up because we won't have another show until Saturday when Anton will host his weekend's episodes. We're going to start with today. Today was March 7th. We had our server downtime on release day, there was a ton of releases. PvP Season 6 ended. PvP 7 has started. So all of your infamy and honors are now reset to 0, and we're going to start on that whole rigmarole. CC 13 was released. World map Sentinels token bases came out. We have the Caretaker bonus token bases, which there is an above game banner that says they've extended that for an extra day. World map, the Omega War Rig bases are still on the map, and they'll be on for the 48-hour time period. Tomorrow starts the Warpath. So it's time to go out and spank players left, right, and center. World map baseline Liberator bases will be back. The standard Liberator tech bases will be back. The Spartan ZK bases will be there. The Spartan ZK tech bases will be there, along with the Acolyte bases and the Acolyte tech bases, and these will run for 2 weeks' time, starting tomorrow. And finally, the 9th, you're going to see our Hidden in Darkness Phase 2. You're going to have the Survivor token bases and the Breacher bonus token bases. And then, obviously, if there's anything more, anything new or updating, obviously, in the Saturday show. I'm starting to turn into Charlie on that other show. I'm saying, obviously, a whole lot. God damn.
No, don't mention that. No, that thing's creepy.
But yes. So that is that. Anything else will be brought up on the Saturday show. Next in line, a recap of Great Wrong Thinkers forum post. He did his Wrong Thinker Thinks post yesterday, or was edited yesterday at 6:30-ish. And since we didn't have a show yesterday, I know there was the other episodes that did show this and talk about it, but let's get it out of the way real quick. Those who haven't had the opportunity to read the forum, here we go. And it starts. Hello, Commanders. Wrong Thinker here. Command Center 13 is right around the corner. Well, it's already here for us. And coming with an epic slew of improvements, not all of which are exclusive to those who get Command Center 13. So let's start with the benefits all players are going to receive within this week's update. Base defense platoon changes. The Go-Go Bar is now going to provide a benefit, a permanent reduction in the repair time of base defender platoons. The Go-Go Bar can now be upgraded to level 15 at Command Center 12, at which point it provides a 30% repair reduction. As with any platoons with repair reductions, you will not be able to put damaged units in the base defense platoon. However, I don't like that, but that's how he writes it. Okay. But that brings us to this. Damaged unit platoons. While it is true you will not be able to put damaged units in your base defense platoon, you will be able to remove them. We're also removing the restrictions on removing damaged units from PvP platoons and raid platoons, so that you can remove damaged units and replace them for fully healed units. Building level cost reduction. All buildings that are getting new levels have had their previous levels revisited. Players who are behind will still be behind, but they won't be so far behind they'll have to quit the game. We don't want to push any of our lower levels, and this will help them stay in the game. The following goodies require Command Center 13. So these are exclusive for those who actually upgrade their CC. Airfield, barracks, and war factory levels will get additional levels, bringing production and repair bonuses to these buildings, providing a 50% at max level improvement. Drone silo levels. New levels of the drone silo grant additional drone storage and a new minimum health value for spawn drones. Now, no matter how low your drone silo's health is, you know that your drones will still pack a punch. So a micro-healed repaired drone silo will still now put out the drones and put a hell of a hurting on attackers. Go-Go Bar levels. The Go-Go Bar can be increased to level 20 at Command Center 13, which increases the permanent reduction and to repaired base defenders platoons all the way up to 50%. So at CC 12, it gives you a 30% improvement. At CC 13, you will have a 50% platoon improvement for your base defenders. Missile silo and rocket silo. The missile silo is getting a few levels for increased missile storage. Rocket silo will also get new levels, which allows it to fire at multiple targets simultaneously. So at max level, you can target more than one attacking unit, which is a pretty good thing. Metal and oil storage levels. You will now be able to hold additional metal and oil without the need for additional resource compression. We skipped metal and oil storage last command center, so we're due to add new one. Tech center levels. The tech center is getting new levels, which increase the repair reduction of PvP platoons. Previously, all players could get up to 50% reduction on units in their PvP platoon, but with a max out tech center, that reduction goes up to 75%. Workshop levels. New workshop levels grant access to replication of Generation 1 faction tech. Yes, even gold phalanx tech. Unlike replication of old, this replication feature features an existing new feature, reasonable pricing. How reasonable, you may ask? Well, this remains to be seen. You may remember that some of our old tech took weeks to replicate, but the absolute longest replication time for our Gen 1 faction tech is about a day, with many components taking mere hours to replicate. So they've scaled back a lot of the Gen 1 replication time frame in your workshop. That's a godsend. And the fact that now we can replicate some of the gold techs, that also is a long overdue and appreciated thing. Okay, so and even more coming soon in the next month or so, but not this week, which thank God for that, because those who just went through, I think it was 5 hours of downtime, are glad they weren't trying to pile even more into this update.
Really? Yeah, it's
All right.
crazy.
Yeah. Platform durability. Platforms, especially heavy platforms, are getting a bit more health. This health will be applied to the top 5 levels of all platform types to ensure that they do their job of not, damn it, don't fucking PM me down. Platforms ensure that they do their job of not falling over like so cardboard boxes. Siege Squadron durability buff. We admit it, the Siege Squadron falls from the sky like a bit too easy. We've done some additional internal testing and are in the process of finalizing a significant boost in the durability to ensure a good number of Ravengers get dropped in all cases. Token crafting, huge buff that we needed. You'll be able to view your full training token inventory and break down your unwanted tokens into training experience, TEX, which you can spend to purchase the exact tokens you want. No more randomness, no more waits. This will let you focus on upgrading units you want and give value to every token you earn. We hope you enjoy the features and improvements, Commanders. Expect more soon. This is Wrong Thinker signing off. All right. Anybody want any discussion on the panel while we're in this topic?
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead.
Oh man. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of great things about this. I mean, so many. I mean, there's a lot of good things. I was a little ticked off when I first heard they were coming out with this CC upgrade, because I had my base maxed. But it's true. I need something for my worker to do for the next year. but I just have a suggestion. I don't know about how people plan on after. I'm sure everybody's going to go for their CC first. But just on your style of play, I would say if you're strong at PvP, I would start on that tech center after you finish your CC, and then go to your go-go bar, or you can do back and forth. But if you're strictly like a farming player, I would just say upgrade the go-go bar. That'll probably give you the biggest advantage for your base team.
Champ, you have a max base there, so you have.
I did.
Yeah. How long is it going to take you to upgrade everything, do you think?
I haven't ran through everything. I haven't done the calculation. CC's 11 days.
But it's more than 20 days, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more than 20 days for everything. Yeah, for sure. But I'm willing. I'm pretty open-minded. I want to see how this works out, especially with these, reduction in repair times for your base tune and your attack tunes and stuff. So, yeah, I overall, I give them a thumbs up for these changes. And I like the little thing they did with our bases for PvP. Made them gold and stuff. And if you highlight a player, you're outlined in silver or gold. That's pretty neat. That's it. It's a lot of upgrades though, Matt. But oh well, it'll be fun. And I was really happy because I got on today and I woke up with was a million medals and I had all my 6 blood thoriums that I don't know what to spend on yet. So good changes, man. I give it a thumbs up.
I'm not terribly unhappy with all of it either. I mean, it puts me a little, it actually does put me a little farther behind because I do, I don't have a max space. I'm not even close to having a max space. And some things that some buildings I recently did max. Now I've got more levels to do, but overall, I like some of the changes. I'm not quite sure why, what they have in the future that's going to require us to need more metal and oil. That kind of concerns me a little bit. It's like, what are they bringing out that's going to make us need more than 350 million of each? That's kind of scary.
Your tech center, I think, lady, is going to be 600 million.
Oh, bite me. You know what? Well, wait a minute. I'll tell you real fast here. Hold on. And I don't think that this is on the Unshackled page, but I will make sure that it gets put there. But there's a nice little Google spreadsheet that was posted on City's page. And the max amount looks like the max oil or the max metal is 250 million each.
For the CC?
Yeah.
No, the CC is going to be 350 million each. So
it's
the Google Doc. You're talking about the one that CM Bernie posted for the Google Doc. Me and Skip both posted up on the Unshackled page.
Yeah. I was trying to look to see if I could tell exactly what it's going to be.
What are you looking for specifically? Because I happen to have that CC13 buildings upgrade cost.
building metals 250. Okay.
Yeah.
So
so you have your metal storage at levels 3 through 20. Oh, let me scroll down here a little bit.
I just want to highlight something. I believe the blue stuff is the new upgrades, and the white stuff is the stuff that's been reduced. Like upgrades that we currently have. So, like for instance, the building storage just go to 20, but if you look on the right, there's a reduction on it. So,
because I'm looking specifically at the blue because both my metal and oil storages are fully maxed.
Yeah, so yours would be 20 right now, and so then the blue new levels.
And what I'm looking at is, the highest quotient of metal and oil required. So, I mean, looking down here at your oil storage for level 25, you're looking at 340,500,000 of each. So
that's for one storage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to figure out is what is it going to cost per upgrade? That's what I'm trying to look at.
That's what these are.
That's what this number represents. It's that much for each one to go from level 24 to 25 or 25 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
21 to 22 is going to be 224.5 million. 22 to 23 is 253, and so on and so forth.
Each storage, I think,
okay. So 230 million for 23, 240 million each for 24, and 250 million each on the metal to go to level 25. Okay, that's not horrible.
Yeah, that's weird because the metals and oils don't match up. The oil's costing more.
Yeah, the oil is costing more. That's interesting.
Yeah, because it's only for the same. Let's see, metal storage at 25 is only 250 million, but they've jumped it to 300 plus million.
Oil's more valuable than or more rare than metal, I guess. So.
I'm guessing so.
Well, you know what? I will say this: it is possible that when you're doing these bases in the upcoming oil and metal rewards, that they will not be giving out equal amounts. You might be hitting an oil heavy faction base and not a metal heavy faction base, or vice versa. I don't know. You don't know what they're planning to do. Remember, there's hearsay with the PvP initiatives that they're trying to bring out. You remember and of course they hope to capture the oil and making things a little bit more rare and more valuable to hold on to. So who knows?
All right.
Yeah.
Or that's just a simple oversight, and those numbers need to be balanced again.
Let's see. Hold on here. 25.
Okay. And time-wise, it doesn't, as far as for those go, that it doesn't look, I mean, it's not bad time-wise. I mean, it's 2.5 days to level to 25. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, basically 8 days to have your metal storages maxed, and 8 days. So 16 days and you'll have both of them maxed. So that's not horrible.
Yeah, but that's per storage building. So you multiply that again by how many storage
God,
buildings
that's right. I forgot.
I'm doing the calculation right now. I should have it in 1 second here.
I never said math was my strong suit.
The only math I care about is dollars and cents. The rest of this stuff is inconsequential to me.
But
yeah, the only thing I cared about was the CC upgrade and how long was it going to be and how much it was going to cost me. And I'm not unhappy about it with the time or the amount. Unfortunately, I am able to, you know, store that kind of resources, and I'm working on it now. And the time wise is perfect because I'll be off game starting next week, and it'll be done just as I come back. So that's fantastic for me.
Okay. To answer Anton's earlier question about how long it would theoretically take, for me, because my base was maxed as of this morning, it would take me, if I would wait out the upgrade times and, you know, be online, it'd probably take, well, it's 249.5 days, or 249.5 days. So if I
did you just add sections, or did you add everything?
Added everything. Multiplied.
If you're talking just the new upgrades, you want to add just the blue ones.
Oh, you gotta multiply. You gotta multiply the rocket silos times 2, the drone silos times 2, the metal storages times 5, oil storages times 5. So it comes out to 249 days.
But if you're adding the white ones, that would be if people already had, like, didn't have it maxed from before.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I said I was answering Anton's question about my base.
Yeah, he's answering Anton's question. That doesn't pertain to those of us that are not yet maxed on a lot of things.
Yeah, so I mean that's just for me. My base is already maxed, so that's 8. And
it'd be a lot less than that if you're already maxed.
No, it wouldn't. Do the math. Let me share my screen, dude.
The blue ones are just the new ones. So if you have a max, you would already have the white ones that you've already completed.
I want to say,
Daba, I know basic math, man. Here,
I want to say, I'm sorry, Dale out there, that you haven't been able to get into game for the past 4 days. That sucks bad.
Sorry, buddy. That is horrible.
Yeah.
And we can only advise you that the basics. You know, I mean, there's no quick remedy. If there was, we would be on it in a heartbeat. So I'm just thinking there, you know, Wrong Thinker said there about it would only be extra 20 days or something like that there, rather than...
Wrong Thinker said it'd be 160 in the forums, like just the new content.
No, it's 249.5.
I got a spreadsheet. And that sounds about right.
I got the spreadsheet up right now. I can show you guys how I did it.
And I am attempting to share with you, but it is not sharing. Oh, so, you're on the screen. I see you sharing here. I'm just.
So if it's 249 days for you, it's probably 2 years and 49 days for me.
It's 8.3 months. This is days, months.
That is.
Okay, 7.5 days for the oil, metal, and storage. Times 10, right? 5 oil, 5 metal. Go back to the other one. Scroll up.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
7.5 days, oil and metal. Okay, that's my first one.
Yeah, I'm apologizing. It's not sharing you for whatever reason. It could be because I was doing my share from a.
No problem. But I'm just explaining to Daba
Yeah.
how it works out that 249 days here.
Right.
Airfield is another 14. That's that 14. 11 days. Command center. 11
Bruno,
days.
the hosts today is going to be myself, Venom, and very respectfully, Lady Warrior is the lead host today because I don't want to have the risk of power outages in my area from the nor'easter we're having, cutting the show off and making me look like a complete dipshit.
Go bar, 15 days. 15 days. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Daba. What am I missing here? 140. What do you say? That's barracks. Another 15 days.
Yeah, just grab
Another
Hey,
15 days.
welcome, wrong thinker in the world of the internet global chat out there on YouTube.
Hey, wrong thinker.
Hey. Hi, WT. How are you?
So another
Okay.
15 days.
So, yep, Wrong Thinker made a clarification, and he says, "Hey guys,
Well, simple. The forum post math was a bit off. It needs to be corrected. That is all needed. It's no
I
big deal.
apologize."
It's all right.
So I got so this is really 249.5 days. It's really no big deal, but you know,
Quite all right.
you know, it'll keep the worker busy. But
Oh, well.
And to hell with that guy in forums that asked for a new worker. No.
Oh,
yeah, they're just
I saw that and I so wanted to just like go through the screen and strangle him. It's like, because did I or did I not? When we were very fortunate enough to have Wrong Thinker on our show several months ago, bring that noob question out for all of the noobs out there that kept asking and asking. And you guys even on the panel said, no, don't ask it. Don't ask it. And I asked it anyway. We know there's not going to be another worker. So shut up.
There's no for there's
it'll never happen. Okay, let's just
no. I never say never. I don't say things in declarative permanent things. But there is no foreseeable future that we will get a second dozer as a content release. They're not in any foreseeable frame of time that we up to this point have been acknowledged to know. Now it's been stated. It could change, but I doubt it.
Well,
Cyclonus, I understand that. So Cyclonus just said he wished he'd get another bunker because he can't be the only player with OCD, and he's right because having 5 is just it screws my base up every time. It's like, no, I can't figure out how to place this crap so that it looks right.
I just want to. A Wrong Thinker. I had if you're still here, I did have one. I already tested it. You can't put damaged tunes in your base. But I was wondering, well, you can't. It's too late to make the change now, but because that's kind of put a big disadvantage to some of the players. But so in order to get the base platoon buff, in other words, you get your base platoon gets your damaged platoon gets repaired faster. You have to have your go-go bar at least 15. So prior to having your go-go bar to level 15,
it starts off at
13.
Level 10 starts off at 15%.
Yeah, mine's level 10, and I have a 15% repair reduction.
Okay, yeah, well, never mind. Never mind. That was kind of a concern of a lot of players because some players like to micro heal their base platoons. But it's kind of a
it is a burden. I know that's a sore spot with Anton personally. It's a bit of a sour pill with me too. But it like I was saying in the pre-show, there is a quid pro quo system that you have to understand occurs. It is what it is. I know there's a bitterness in Anton and how this has gone about, but it is what it is. Yeah. I don't particularly like the fact that you are, again, hamstringing us to have fully repaired tunes before we can put them in. to the base defense, because as a player, as a strategic player, when it came to things, using up tunes in a war, for example, not that I'm a great PvP player, I'm not by a long shot, but using tunes in a war, getting a bubble from an enemy, and then while you're in the bubble overnight, you would throw your damaged units into your base platoon and hit the repair queue. That was a vital strategy to me. That has gone out the window now.
And I mean, in the long run, it actually ends up saving us, repair time on a lot of our stuff with using that method.
In a way, except Anton, please speak to this if you wouldn't mind, about size.
I've worked it out there. That's just the way we have a good plan there, and I help out a lot. And I always call it Anton's free repair, and I'll use 2 tons of phalanx. And I'll destroy them every single night for the clan. I don't give a damn. And I'll put 17 of them in my base defense. And whenever I return from work, everything's perfectly healed. And I'm ready to do the same thing again. I'll have 2 or 3 hours on the other one. So come around 10 or 11 o'clock my time, I'll do the same thing again with 2 fully healed. So I've worked it out. I'm losing 5,000, 7 8 is 56, 5,600 space of repair per an average week of me, and I've worked out the rough maths, working it out as the go-go bar on a 50% reduction. It will take me 23 and a half hours more time to repair all my units. So that's only me now and how I play. I could be more selfish and just say, right, I'm not doing that, and everything will be grand.
Now, what's got me scared is what if somebody out there coined their CC, and I know there's somebody that's done it, coins their CC to 13, coins their go-go bar to the max, they got that 50% repair reduction on their defenders. Come Warpath, does the 50% from Warpath stack on top of their go-go bar, so their entire base plat's free repair?
I think it would be 50% and then another 50% not stacking, but take a technical. A plat of technicals would be 8 hours. So for a 3,001, then 50% of that would be 4 hours, and then 50% again it'd be 2 hours.
Oh,
I think.
Okay.
So you see a 6-hour savings.
So just to reply to Wrong Thinker there, I'll just have to adapt my game, and people say it is what it is. My saying is it is what it was.
Yeah. Again, I mean, we agree. This is not the first time this has happened. With every transfer of system that we go through with the game, I mean, I can most notably say the original repair queue of it going, just counting down unit to unit to unit to unit, and you'd go to you'd start your repairs and log off for 4 days, come back, every single unit would have been repaired.
Yeah.
Then they bracketed these into individual platoons. There is the problems where repairs don't necessarily start unless you're there to physically, commence them. So all of these little changes, as I posted in the side chat or out in the YouTube chat, it's a shock to the system of accepting a new way of going about something. There's sure to be benefits in the long run, but you're going to end up with a bit of a shock and awe to a change in what you're accustomed to. That's just unfortunately the way players, they get very, very comfortable with the way things act and the way that they set up their play style, and then things get thrown in to change that. So, but we'll see. All right, so now that we've discussed, there's anything else in this, the token crafting, the siege squadron durability buff, platforms, is there any other topics in this that you wish to
tokens and the exchange?
I would like to say, hopefully, that at some point the armored platform conversion comes over to 5 seconds like the rest of them.
Yes.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You know that.
And touching on because I couldn't get a word in before, touching on the whole double dozer thing, Kixeye never speaks in absolutes. They never say, no, this will never happen, or yes, this is guaranteed to happen. They specifically said, we will not get a second dozer.
Yes, matter of fact, I think Wrongfinger did say that when he was on the show the last time that the one time that we would not get it.
Kickside said that units would never go over 10. They would never go above level 10.
Well, that's true. Yeah, Venom is correct.
Mind you,
that is
a lot
true.
of those people that were in the company at that time who said that are no longer in the company. It's under different leadership, different structure. All that.
You know what cracks me up? You guys complain about the 2-day upgrade for those armor platforms, but they're 100% worth it, man. I hear you people. It's 2 days though. I want my work to do.
You know what? Hey, I'll say this. It doesn't even have to be 5 seconds. 12 hours. Just as long as it takes to upgrade your platform to 10. If it was a 12-hour upgrade, whatever, I would start it and I'd switch them over at nighttime when I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it this way, man. I know we got a lot of stuff for our work to do now, but if you value your turrets and they do very little to your base defense. They do some. I mean, they do help deter, attackers, but I want to say 80 to 90% of your base defense is your base platoon and your bunkers, and realistically, the platforms and turrets, they do a little, but not as much as your base platoon.
Yeah, but when they're upgrading, when they're upgrading or changing over, they do nothing. They don't fire.
Well, I agree. Right. I agree to your point, Champ, 100%. I mean, it's been my experience that your defensive platforms and buildings are a focal distraction more than an actual output of damage in the long run. If you're online defending, everything comes down to your defense units.
I have my turret setup is I have my walls, then my turrets, then my bunkers and stuff that actually matters. So my turrets are basically just another wall because they're all on the ground now. So they're essentially just another wall piece to me.
Yeah.
Hey, out there, Erwin and Micaiah and Animal.
Here's my take on all this. All right, everybody's going to bitch about the more upgrade times, but as you haven't noticed, upgrade times have been reduced.
I'm going to point out something that I don't think said. So he stated that he had put the numbers too low on the upgrade time, but he said he also put the numbers too low on the amount of time saved. So we're actually getting more time saved and shaved off on the back end than that's actually physically there. So just wanted to put that out there. So
thank you.
So the dozer ain't going to happen for the simple reason being is as Venom has stated, a Kickside never talks in absolutes. Yet on this one,
I said that.
Kickside will always say there will never be a second dozer, and that has been stated, and that's an absolute. Yeah. They will reduce your upgrades time, so don't ask for a second dozer because it ain't ever gonna happen.
Now, I want to address something. Micaiah out in YouTube chat. He says, "Why do we justify bad changes? What Micaiah are you thinking is actually a bad change? All of it? Some of it?
So
a few things? I mean, there's good and bad with everything. So I'm just curious of what he considers bad."
Yeah, and to Micaiah, to your point, the end all be all of it is if anything is introduced into the game that adds a benefit, there has to be an equal disadvantage. For example, a unit comes out that is an absolute killer to high health infantry. There has to be a counter to that. Otherwise, there's no sense in continuing on collecting any other units. If that's your main means of attacking something. So with every introduction of a time delaying feature, they're going to introduce something like, as Daba was saying, they're going to introduce something on the back end that reduces time. A good example also, and I'm sorry to be cutting you off, but you'll speak in a sec. And another good example is they might introduce a consolidation of things. So instead of one feature being upgraded at a time, they might introduce it where you can upgrade multiple features simultaneously, and that goes to speak to the way our tabs work, where you can now upgrade a soldier, a tank, and an air.
May I please speak?
Yes,
Can you present my screen real quick, if possible?
I will definitely try. I'm not having much luck, but I will try.
I mean, if Ron Thinker's still on here, I'd wanted to show him this, especially if he's on there paying him, watching the show and stuff. I just wanted to show you guys out there something too, and get your thoughts on this.
Present to everyone.
Are you gonna show us your new CC?
No,
and
I'm not
if
show
I
you
can't get this to work, I would please ask that Lady Warrior.
All right, let me give it a shot.
It said he's presenting.
It says he's presenting. I have him highlighted in presenting, but as I said, I was presenting from a separate tab, not from.
Okay. Let me know if it's showing up now.
Both the producers have to click it with the white box, and then it'll show.
Yeah.
And then let me know when you're done, champ, because then I'll take it back.
Okay, so here's what I was hoping for, but didn't happen. So you have 3 tabs on your platoons. You have standard, PvP, and raiding parties. What I was hoping with this new update, which they didn't do, obviously, is have a 4th tab for base defense. Because this is in your standard tune, we should have a separate tab for our base defense tunes. That way, we can repair a standard tune and our base defense platoon and our PvP platoon, whatever it may be. That was my only kind of thing, like what happened there. You know, I think they should have a 4th tab for base defense. You know.
Well, have we shown where the damaged platoon thing is?
So no, because okay, so if you get attacked, your base platoon, say you get attacked and your base platoon is damaged, that's going to take away from any standard platoons you have.
Right.
You know, I think that would be a fair way of going about it. You know, if they're going to take away this feature that, I mean, the micro repair feature that we all like, we all stuff our base with damaged tunes and have them repair overnight. At least give us that advantage where we can repair our base defense platoon, a standard platoon, and a PvP platoon, and a raiding party if you're doing raids. That would be fair, I think.
Or even swap it over.
That to me that would be an easy change for Kickside to make, I think.
I think that actually would be a good idea. And honestly, I would probably be a little more apt to throw a lot more defenders in my base if they could repair separately from any other plats that I'm using when I'm out doing an event or warpath, whatever. I think that would be very, very nice. And, you know, Wronghanger, if you're listening, Champ's got a good idea there. Maybe you can take that back, and maybe that's something you can introduce in a few weeks.
Especially seeing how we can't how we can't move around damaged units that are in our base plat anymore.
Right.
When I heard about this new update and the reduction in repair times, I kind of had a feeling we weren't going to be able to micro repair our base tunes. So I was hoping they'd come out with that 4th tab, you know, and just like, you know, we can have standard PvE tune going, or PvP, whatever, and then, you know, whatever's going here. Mostly this is empty for me. I don't really do raids that often, but you know, he said, I think, yeah, I appreciate Ron. I think he said he's going to go look at that. I mean, that's what you can do there.
Yeah, it's probably not something they can do overnight, or I even said in a few weeks. Obviously, you know, that's not going to happen because there is things that they have to do. But great point. Champ, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Venom, you have control back.
So I just thought of a question that I want to ask the panel. So piggybacking off of Champ's idea, where like we can't call it like put our dead stuff in the base like we used to. What if we had a building that we would throw in all of our dead stuff to, and like 4, 5, 6,000 space, whatever in this building, and you could just throw all your stuff in there and let it heal. But you wouldn't be able to pull it out until it was.
I don't want any more buildings.
I don't either.
My base design's already cluttered as it is. But I want to say that I respect that idea. But I do, again, 100% agree, Champ, with your statement. I mean, having a defense platoon tab separate from our other units is in a sense giving us what I had asked for also, which was a PvE repair alongside of the PvP repair. So by separating out the defense into its own tab, and that queue is you have to have a fully healed unit before it can be placed in there. Damaged units can still be removed, and then you from inventory you can put them in. And as long as they're repaired, they can be put in. But at least it lets you pull out your damaged tunes, replace them with fresh ones in your defense, go to your now standard PvE platoons tab, and throw those damaged ones into a PvE repair tune, which doesn't necessarily get the benefits of the reduction in time overall. It will have some buff, but not as grandiose as the base defense and as the PvP and the raid. That, again, like you said, 100% love the idea because it lets people repair more overnight than they're subject to with this recent change. So. All right. Any other topics in there, or should I jump to the next?
Just one topic on the tokens.
Well, I was just going to say, base defense, instead of having a separate tab and making a bunch of more work for kicks, I add the base defense to the PvP tab. I don't use my base defenders to kill rogues. My base defenders are used for PvP.
Yeah.
It is technically a PvP functionality. Defense of your base is PvP. And would that be subject to the events where units are attacking us from Kixeye, where it would get that same reduction?
That wouldn't work because the PvP tunes only have a 3,000 cap space or base defense.
See you later.
Yeah, that was Anton's point. Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Or base
hitting us, that's PvE, not PvP.
Yeah, and Animal was the one that actually come up with the idea, and he said a swap box, not actually a building, Daba. So I'm not sure. I guess to like a holding box is what he's saying to put your damaged platoon in. And you can't put anything in. What he's saying is you can't add anything other than units that are damaged in the base tune or a separate one for PvP. So. Yeah. So not necessarily because I definitely don't want another building on my base.
Sorry, Adam, I kind of mistook what you said, but yeah, that's a good. I like that.
You can send to armory, not armory. You know what I mean, but you can send units to
scrapyard.
Yeah, like a scrapyard or something.
Scrap all and then put new units in your base.
Bring back the repairer. Bring back the mech. The mechanic.
I mean, that's the case. We're gonna have to upgrade our stores a hell of a lot more because we're gonna have to just be swapping out our base tunes constantly.
Oh yeah,
we're doing a lot of PvP.
Again, it's the can of worms. All right, Anton, please take it away with the.
Everybody open a cans of worms here.
Eventually, when we get to our upgrades, I don't know what level of our workshop has to be for this token exchange. The TEX, is it? TEX, is it?
Yeah, basically you're going to take your unused unit tokens and transfer them into what they're terming as a TEX. And those can then be exchanged for specific tokens based on whatever unit you choose that you want to upgrade. So, for example, at least from the context of what I've read, if I have an extra allotment of caretaker tokens, and I don't want to upgrade my caretaker, I'm done. It's either maxed out or it's at a level that I don't want to go any further. I could exchange those surplus caretaker tokens in for TEX credits tokens or whatever, and then transfer those at a rate to say Phalanx tokens or
it would be the same faction most likely. So like
okay, so the same faction. Okay, so Seeker would it be?
The Seekers, Acolytes,
Okay. Because he didn't specifically say within the faction. I think I only read that it was whatever you choose, no waiting. It's not randomized, so it's not like you're going to change it into something and then spin a wheel, and you might end up getting the same freaking tokens again, which that would have been devastating. I traded in 50 caretaker tokens to spin the wheel to get 5 caretaker tokens.
The 15 to 1 ratio is a little high, though, I think, in my opinion.
Can you screen share that that wrong thing to post, the comment?
You're gonna do that after I freaking close the damn page, aren't you?
What? I don't even know if I have that one open. Where is it?
That's why I PM'd it to you.
I don't.
I'll get it in.
There's a couple others that I get too.
Yes, this is under the wrong thinker thinks thing.
The most one I sent you.
Oh my lord! All right,
under the exchange rates. Now, I was just thinking over the exchange rate. Most of the bases that we would do would be like these caretaker bases, and we're getting 3 tokens per faction. So we are for every base we complete.
Mm-hmm.
So at the very highest, that's what the exchange rate should be.
5 to 1, yeah.
3 to 1.
5 to 1. You get 5 tokens a week.
If they put the 150s up.
Yeah. Oh yes. Correct. Correct. Yes, that should be it there. That should be it there.
5 to 1 sounds reasonable. Hey, yeah. Kickside, they've been doing a lot of good things lately, especially with these offers. They're reasonably priced for coiners like me, and other people. For the tokens, I especially like the Phalanx token.
Yeah, they got the new one out with 10 tokens and some other stuff, and it's 99 gold, and it's like, I can't do it. I'm going on vacation next week, so I can't spend it.
I mean, it is a pretty. They've been having some pretty good offers coming out. I did take advantage of the technical tokens. I think it was a week ago, but I appreciate those. I admit it. I coin, so to me, it's worth it. For what I've kind of invested in this game here. Really, the only game I play, but I appreciate that kind of thing. So.
Thanks for keeping the game running, champ.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Daba?
It's on page 3.
Oh, you wanted me to go all the way to page trash.
I gave you the direct link for it.
Yeah, I know. I have this annoying thing about going to the first page all the time. It's not you. It's part of the.
All right, right there.
It's part of his OCD.
Yes.
Show the questions and then the answers because he's got a lot of good questions.
All right. So excuse those lucky people who get internet fame for life. So we have some quick questions. All right. So it says, I have a very important question. Wrong thinker. How long with the upgrade times be for the new units? Could we get some from the table, which a table list, all the benefits for each building upgrade? In addition to that, it would be great to know how much resource storage. Obviously, this is before the rollout. Finally, could the availability of resource on PvE bases in the world map get increased to compensate for the increased maximum resource storage, so you wouldn't have to spend so much time farming resources as before? That's a good statement. And Wrong Thinker's reply: if you're referring to the Gen 3 units, you'll get a post with some details about them probably in a week or two. They got some cool stuff for sure. Their upgrade times will be less than Generation 2 units.
Nice.
All right. Second question. Too much upgrade time in base. This game is boring, and this makes it worse. Yeah. Get over it. So by adding another 2 years of upgrade, you think you will stop people quitting? Not dawned on you yet why there's less and less people playing, has it? Whatever.
Well, if people like this think that the game is boring, maybe they should stop hiding in a bump.
That's why they're why are they commenting on the forum? Why are they on the forums even reading the forums? Because they play the fucking game.
Yeah, exactly. Real question is, will any of us actually benefit from the reduction before Flash gives up in 2020? All right. So the total added time is roughly 160 days. Now, this is the incorrect information, correct?
Right.
And then 20% of what now we're gonna release all cost numbers. It's gonna be we've already got that. Okay.
Yeah, so all right. Base defense platoon changes. The go-go bar is now going to provide a new benefit, permanent reductions, as we quoted in the Wrong Thinker Things post. So it goes. So my command center is level 12, and the go-go can't go up to 15. It only goes up to 10. So where do you get this info? Obviously, he doesn't understand that Wrong Thinker is the one who builds this info. Sorry for the confusion. The improvement is coming out with CC13 release later, which is today. So released today. So there you go. No, he did not. This WT character on the forums did not data mine this information. Just so you know, Vinny. Just to let you know. All right. I have not forgotten this promise. The post is probably 2 posts out. The next WTT will probably be about Generation 3 units. The following one can be the storage conversation. And this is regarding to the issues of storage. And that's a very valid point. And I'm glad it was still on the top of Wrong Thinker's mind. Does this mean we can strip tokens from units we do not use, even though they are not maxed, and use them on others we prefer? Will there be an alternative path, Gear Store, for example, to acquire tokens? Number 1, great question. You will not be able to strip tokens from units you actually spent them on. Makes perfectly good sense to me. Only unspent tokens can be converted to TEX. Section 2, the alternative path. Quite possibly. We recognize that Gen 2 tokens especially have been extremely difficult to come by, and so you can expect more opportunities for them soon. That's good.
So that first point, with that meaning, does that mean that your units have to be level 20 before you can exchange the tokens, or you can't lower their level to exchange tokens?
Well, what that point directly stipulates is I can't have again, we'll go back to a simple statement. I can't have a level 20 caretaker and strip back my caretaker to level 15 and then try to exchange 5 tokens for something else.
Okay, so I'll use my Seekers for example because I have the amount of tokens that I have written down. I have 21 Seeker tokens, and my Seekers are level 1. So since my Seekers are not level 20 and I don't have those tokens to spare, I can trade those in?
Yes.
No. That is not yet defined, but that is a very important point to be made.
It says only.
Hold on, Daba. Hold on. What he's saying is he has not maxed. He has maxed out the quantity of tokens he can collect to upgrade that unit.
No,
but he has.
Hey, guys.
Well, he's got 21. No, you're right. Right.
What the hell is this Valcraft level 1?
It's a which base on the map?
We're getting off topic.
Yeah, no, this is a Valcraft level 1.
Valcraft?
What? Yeah. I'm screen sharing.
Hold on. Debbie, could you please, because you're in control of that side of this whole context, unfortunately.
All right. Who am I giving control to? Here. Okay, there you go, David.
Schottenheimer.
What the hell? Seriously. This is a Valcraft level 1 that is on the map right now.
It looks like my base.
So do I have to have more than 55 tokens in order to exchange them?
Yeah, and like I said, this is a very important thing. This should, if you have the chance to put it out on the forums, or if it can be conveyed to Wrong Thinker and the staff, that is a good point. Do you have to have already maxed out the entire quantity you could have, and then those tokens that exceed maximum quantity can be exchanged? Or can any and all unused tokens, no matter what you spent on them, spent for upgrades, be used? So for your example, you have 21 tokens, you're at level 1, you haven't spent any, which means you still have 21 tokens. Can I exchange the 21 or 20 of them if it's a ratio of 5 to 1 to get 4 alternate tokens? That's a very good question.
I have another question too.
So
Okay.
if
You want to hear my question?
I shut up, didn't I? See, I'm learning.
So I don't want to cut off Lady Warrior. You go, Lady.
no, go ahead, hon. Go ahead.
So like I think it was yesterday. I used that that offer from for the Phalanx. I bought 299 packs of that, so I had 20 tokens, and I think I overflowed by maybe 8 tokens or something. What happens with those 8 tokens I overflowed with? Are they just lost?
Nope.
Or is that being tracked or what? I'm not sure.
It should actually, with this new update, it was stipulated that you were going to be able to be able to see how many tokens you have in total. So, for example, we just got finished this. My example, we just got finished this new unit, and we did those boss bases.
Yeah.
There was no option to be able to see how many we had earned. So somewhere in this, I have to speak for myself. I haven't gone through and checked all these new things.
But yeah, I understand what you guys are saying, but I actually maxed my Phalanx out to level 20.
And what I'm saying is, you should still see.
I should still see tokens.
Yeah, you should see a token count that as a remainder, basically, somewhere.
Let me check.
No, it says maximum level upgraded.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just says max level upgraded. The same thing happened with Spartans too. But
same here.
So I'm just wondering if those are kept track of, or if they're just gone with the wind. You know?
I believe they're kept track of on the back end of the game. We just don't see that number kept in the game UI right now.
But I think whenever the workshop has this text, you'll be able to see your extra tokens that you can use to exchange.
Okay, I mean it's really not a big deal. I mean most of my units are high level, but it might matter to other players. So I'm just I'm just kind of wondering about that.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know.
I think anything extra above.
But somebody was saying in there that it's 15 tokens to get one of what you want. Is that true?
Yeah,
that might not be true.
I don't know what the ratio is.
It's not official yet.
That was a figure that Wrong Thinker was just surmised, and they said it's not going to be 100.
Yeah,
maybe around 15. But
I mean, let me get you guys. Because I think we've had some comments on the panel about this subject, but I'd like to have it like kind of official, like because Wrong Thinker, he was watching the show. Hopefully enjoys the show too. Hopefully this is enjoying for him to criticize his company. But no,
it's a different show altogether now.
But I mean, they're doing a good job. I mean, I think they're going in the right direction. But I think fair 5 is a fair number, and I want to. It's your guys'. I want to get your guys on the panel. What do you guys think? And what do you guys think in YouTube about that?
I think 2 to 1, 2 to 1 or 3 to 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it should be any more than 2 or 3 to 1 myself.
Tokens are way too rare to be 15 to 1. I think.
Yeah.
Unless that one text gives me a level and not a token.
Yeah. If that one gives you a level, then I would be all for 15 to 1.
Oh,
but
me too.
If it's just for tokens,
if it was for a level, I would go 5 to 1. I would max out at 5 to 1 on any.
Well, that's what you can get per weekly. That's what they're worth per week.
Yeah, but you're not guaranteed you're going to get 5 of the same token either.
But you can't compare and say 50 disruptor tokens equals 1 balance token.
Another thing is how is this ratio compared to like Gen 1? Is it Gen 1 faction? Is it Gen 2 faction? Is that ratio different for those 2 factions? Or
I hope not. I hope it's just generic.
Yeah, I mean, because Gen 2 faction tokens are more rare than Gen 1. Because we get the Gen 1 units like weekly, right? Whereas we're still you know, trying to figure out how to get dog tokens and Draken tokens, for crying out loud here. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I want my Draken tokens really bad. I still want my dog tokens. I'd like to have my dogs maxed out.
You can get the Draken tokens. You can get the Draken tokens on the days of Corpus bases spawn because it's the Draken base.
No, Draken is a
And two.
Phase 2. You can't get them on those.
Yeah, you can only get Gen 1 tokens on these bases currently.
Don't those Draken bases give Draken tokens and tech?
Well, now
No,
wait a
just-
minute.
just
Merck's posted something up here. Wrong thinker. Spent tokens you can't turn into text. Unspent tokens you can, regardless of the level of the unit they're associated with.
Awesome.
And then
That
wrong,
answers my
the final ratio is still to be determined. It will not be 1-to-1. But it won't be something silly like 100-to-1. I would expect something in the ballpark of 15-to-1.
I mean, I'm really interested how they, you know,
that's too high.
I'm really interested how that's gonna, if it differs at all between the Gen 1 and Gen 2 faction units, because you know, if it's a 15-to-1 ratio for Gen 1 to Gen 2 faction tokens, I would be like,
okay, well, wait a minute. I can actually address that because Merck's also said tokens of later generations will also cost more text, but break down into more text. So you'll need to trade in fewer Gen 2 tokens for a single Gen 1 token, and vice versa.
And just to put it out there, Merck's is a player in YouTube, but he's copied it from the forum on page 3 that we were screen sharing before, and these are actually comments from Wrong Thinker.
Yeah. So it's one of those things, you know. I mean, we look at Wrong Thinkers posts, but I don't always get down into all of the comments. But I guess maybe next time we need to because I hadn't had a chance to even read the whole thing yet.
That's why you have a lovely forum moderator to do that.
Where is our forum? Oh, there he is.
Daba's here.
Wrong Thinker. I know you're going to listen to this if you're not back yet. 15-to-1 is absurd. Like 5-to-1 is fair.
I mean,
somewhere between 5 and 10.
Well,
anything more than 10 is unrealistic. That's absurd.
Let me say this. If it's 15-to-1, okay, if you have 15 Gen 1 tokens and you want to trade it in for 1 Gen 2, like
I could
that's kind of
I could say 10,
let's say your technicals. Let's say your technicals are level 11. You have to trade in 30 tokens to get one level.
30-year secret tokens like that you don't even care about.
But if you don't care about secret tokens, you weren't really pushing for secret tokens except for what they gave out in the random number generator. You might not have 30.
Secret tokens, disruptor tokens.
I don't even know how. See, again, all this is fine to spitball until I know how many goddamn tokens I got. I can't see right now.
Right. Yeah. And you know, and I kind of understand Micaiah's, you know, thing, because it's like, I'll give you 10 and you give me 150. You think that's right? He really thinks it should be 1-to-1. I don't think Kicks will do that. I just don't think they'll do that. I don't think they'll do 1-to-1. I don't even think we'll get lucky enough that they'll do 5-to-1.
Well,
I think that would be much better. So
5-to-1, anything higher than that,
it's probably going to be more like what Wrong Thinker said, probably 15-to-1, and we'll just have to wait and see.
That's Godscope. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. 15-to-1's absurd.
I agree.
I will say this: 15-to-1 if you're going from Gen 1 to Gen 3, because it's a brand new system. I would say 10-to-1 if you're going from Gen 1 to Gen 2. And 5-to-1 if you're going within the same gen. So if you have a Gen 2 token and you're trading it in for a Gen 2 unit, it's 5-to-1.
Yeah.
If you have a Gen 1 unit and you're trading in for Gen 1 unit, it's 5-to-1. If you're going from 1 to 2, it's 10-to-1. If you're going from 2 to 3, it's 10-to-1. If it's that progressive scale, then it definitely is a 15-to-1 ratio of a Gen 1 crap unit to go to one of these brand new Gen 3 units. Until the Gen 3 units become passe, I have to respect that amount of effort involved.
That is a brilliant idea, Venom.
Yeah, that is a that's
not
really
brilliant.
a very brilliant idea.
It's a very sensible one as well, and a fair one.
Yeah, I think that would be very fair because we can't as much as we'd love to see it 1-to-1 or 2-to-1. We know that's not.
It's going to sting you some way a wee bit.
But what Venom just broke down, I think, is actually a very, very good idea and a very good progression and very fair.
Well, it's still going to hurt. I mean, it's still going to hurt a player who's really striving to get extra tokens. I'm not putting that aside. I mean, even within your own generation of 5-to-1, you're still pissing away 4 tokens on each.
Yeah.
Thing.
Right. Exactly.
But hopefully that would, in a meeting with the head honchos, be acceptable if that could be posted. Or yes, I saw your photo, Daba. So Daba sent me a photo from FBHO. He said
it's just from the forum from page 3. And
I know. I'd actually read that before.
I'm letting them out on YouTube know that where you get it, and it's again a player asking a question and then wrong thinker commenting back.
Yeah. So FBHO says this is a PvP killer with a concern to this. He says base defense is already overpowered.
Screen share.
Now, oh God.
I thought I gave you control on them.
I know, but I had it in a PM. I was reading it off my cell phone.
Oh.
Now you've got me. Now you've got me opening PMs, which I'm deliberately
don't do that. Don't do
hesitant.
That.
No, I got it up on the screen.
Open it up in Paint or something, and then.
I got it.
Or be real formal and actually just go to the forums and screen share it.
You assume that I have any true desire to actually be professional about these feeds.
It still looks good on the show for at least somewhat.
That's our motto.
Guess what? You're very lucky that I never closed that tab, so I can screen share to my Apple application window again. So here we go. So hopefully, then I gotta go back here and make sure I say present to everyone. Yada yada yada.
Beautiful.
Happy. All right. So here we go. FBHO. This is a PvP killer. Base defense is already overpowered. Now defenders get a buff. The people without a base defense will be an even bigger target. So that's just encouraging them to sit in their bubbles and not PvP at all.
If you're not putting defenders in your base, you're not an active PvPer anyways.
In the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this comes from a person who obviously used, I have to agree, it comes from a player who used the same strategy that I would have used, which is dumping your destroyed units into the base for defense under the protection of a bubble. Now you can't do that. So wrong thinkers, very poignant and correct response. Keep in mind, PvP platoons are also getting a huge repair reduction as well. So regardless of the defense platoon, regular PvP platoons have a reduction where when you max them out, it's getting a better bonus over the 50. So it says, when your tech center is maxed out, your PvP platoon gets an absurd 75% reduction. This is the base defender's platoon maxes out at 50% reduction. In general, I have acknowledged PvP is a bit defense friendly at the moment, but we're going to start rewarding strategic offense more in the next few months. The goal of PvP is that bad defenders is beaten by raw power. Raw power is beaten by strategic defense, and strategic defense is beaten by strategic offense. Though obviously, the better the defense, the harder that will be. So,
it's not even the better the defense, it's the better the defender.
Yes.
It's based on skill, because I've hit somebody who had every single defender was a level 20 technical, and I hit 2 bases that had the exact same setup. And the one guy flattened and I lost 1 toon, the other guy flattened, I lost 4.
Yep,
because there are technical killers out there, but you got to know how to use your technicals, because the technicals and the technical killers, I mean, it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors. They kill each other. So just who uses
I'm gonna jump onto this next thing because again, no offense to people, but I don't try to have like 4-hour long episodes all the time. And there's a lot to accompany today. So we have still 4 more main topics. So I'm going to do this downtime. We can continue to talk about this subject. I'm not stopping anybody from the discussion, but let's just burn through one more little topic here. So the 8-10 downtime and release, that's basically what we just had tonight. So the overview is quite simple. I'm going to run through this. Lee Where had a better way of doing it, but I'm just going to do it real quick. So PvP 7, Alliance PvP is here. Battle against other alliances and players for medals, blood thorium, and accolades by domination, the new and improved Infamy leaderboard. Yay! Leaderboard update. The Infamy, Invasion, Warpath, and monthly event leaderboards have been redesigned and overhauled to emphasize functionality and ease of use. All leaderboards are now located in the intuitive menu, accessible from the in-game top hotbar. And then they have some little descriptive photos of the PvP Season 7 leaderboard showing top rank, my alliance. I will say in my perusing of it, it has not worked. It basically, whether you're in top rank or my alliance, it still shows top rank. And it doesn't matter. It's Class A. You know, it's broken.
Jean Chrétien's fist, alliance.
People are showing up. People are showing up now, so
it's propagating properly. Well, we'll give it time. Like I said, it was just the immediate functionality. It probably took time for everything to roll in. Shows your infamy, it shows your round time and your PvP rounds, which is cool. And then there's more. We'll get to it when we go to open that specific topic. Command Center 13. Command Center 13 is here, brings a ton of excitement in addition to the game. Comes with new reductions to repair time, which we've talked about, build items, replication improvements, and more. We've touched on a little bit of that. Warpath. Technically the new topic. The sector is at war. Warpath start tomorrow, everybody. Clash with the most fearsome commanders in the world map. The latest installment of Warpath. Earn honors, climb the leaderboard, and lay waste to all you face. Precious blood thorium and 2 new trophies await the champions. Do you have what it takes? And these trophies are fucking awesome.
Yeah,
like
Yeah, they are so cool. It sucks. I'm gonna miss another Warpath. Damn it.
That is pretty badass. I always like the ones that drip blood. I do.
And he's
other
holding
one is
crystal like he killed somebody with it.
yeah. He looks like he stabbed somebody in the conies with his thorium.
I stabbed him in the heart.
Most importantly, it looks like it's a huge trophy, so you could hide something behind it.
Okay, but you got to understand it. Again, you have this open space here between the fists, so anything.
I'm talking about like the actual base, but
yeah.
The fist is levitating, so that's pretty cool. Like there's some Magneto, 3000, year 3000 stuff.
And I'm under the assumption that's going to have the same graphic of the dripping blood into the pool.
Oh, that would be really cool.
I'm just, that's probably common sense. Obviously, we had the same thing with the other ones. Now, other animations besides the dripping blood, I wouldn't speculate. Maybe there's a possibility that fist hovers up and down, sort of like our hovering platforms would, or it spins. I don't know. If you recall the last, not so much this one, not so much the first thorium trophy with the crystal. That was only one single crystal, and it kind of just stood there, But when we had the 2 and the 3, they rotated, they spun on an orbit. Maybe this will have some sort of rotation or twinkle or something to it. Who knows? We'll know when we
gives you the finger.
We'll know when I earn it. We'll know when I earn it because I always earn this. All right. PvP Season 6 has concluded. Season 6 comes to a close. Be surprised. World map accolades await players in all gold and silver divisions. So somebody out there in La La Land has got that gold aura spinning around their base.
I don't have the aura, but I have gold around my base.
Probably surrounding a bubble.
That number 58, I think. when I went.
and I was very pleased to see that many players in my sector and not just in my own group, but we've got the gold and the silver little banners around our base, along with around our photo. So as it was said earlier, you click on the picture of a person, or you click on their base, and their descriptive photo pops up, and they've got a framework around it. Those who didn't earn anything have the standard green frame.
One of the coolest things that's ever been added to War Commander, honestly.
Tell me this: what has anybody got a photograph or a screenshot of the #1 in the world?
No. I do not know.
War Commander community, get out there, jump around, try to locate #1, and get a screenshot on the world map and post it to our page. If you're not already a member, find us and join.
Yep. We'd love to see that. We'd love to show that on the show next week or Saturday when Anton Airlines does his Saturday show.
I'll give a shout out to the person who was #1 in the world. Congratulations, well done.
That too, and the first person to be able to post it on our page can get a shout out too for finding them.
They get 500 Daba gold.
They had like 28,000 infamy, I think, when I went to take a peek at them.
Don't give hints. Don't give hints. This is a challenge. Let them figure all this stuff out themselves.
Hey, just say infamy's all been reset, so it's really gonna be a challenge now because they have to search all the sectors.
That is true. That is true. Baseline unit bases. I hate when they do that. New unit and component bases are available for Liberator, Acolyte, and Spartan ZK. I think we touched on that a little bit.
The little blue dudes.
Little blue dudes. They're Smurfs. You have your little Spartan Smurf K and your Acolyte Smurf and your Smurfity Smurf. Difficulty scales up. Sorry, difficulty scales up. So we recommend starting these bases in the following order: Liberator, then Acolyte, then Spartan ZK. Okay, I will give you credit, but I don't think Spartan ZK is really difficult.
No.
Well, for a low level, those Spartans will rip their infantry apart.
Yeah,
they will.
Mom's word, man.
All right, and now to the true topic for this whole thing, and what Lady Warrior very pointedly point out is the most important thing. So general fixes and improvements. the only topic that we can't go on to elaborate on in another tab. General fixes and improvements. Multiple improvements have been made to the leaderboards. Please view the PvP Season 7 briefing for more information. Technically, that's not a fix or an improvement. That's just a post of information, but okay.
Well, I mean, they did
actually could have been linked there. Like, click here.
It's linked above. I mean, it's part of PvP Season 7. I mean, it's in the briefing link. Anyway, Burnside can no longer be placed in bunkers. Awesome.
I didn't know that was a thing, but
didn't know it was a thing either.
I didn't know that was a thing either.
Yeah, I loved it because then I knew that there weren't Drakens in the bunkers.
So wait, so single use ones or just the? So you were hitting people and seeing that shit pop out, were you?
Mm-hmm. And I loved it. It was easy.
I wished I was on a tour. I only did my 5 of 5 for the week. I didn't go on a friggin' hunting spree because I was waiting for the reset. Blackout drones spawn rate has been doubled when using the drone command unit tech.
Woohoo! Thank goodness.
For those just curious, I believe that's the most recent tech that we've picked up. So
yes, it is.
That is the one that didn't show any goddamn signs of working properly.
Exactly.
Now we have to. Somebody has to quality test it just to.
Has anybody tried it? Can they confirm this?
Well, I had it before and it wouldn't do jack squat, so I stuck with the fire ones.
I'll go ahead and equip it. Hold on.
I got it equipped. I'll go to world. Just read on.
I never thought that drone command unit change sucked. I'm not sure who else said that sucked, but I thought it was a good idea.
Hold on.
And it's just like, Makai also said that, we Unshackled hated the aura and now it's cool.
No. I still don't like the aura for the sheer possibility of how much lag it could create on the world map.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that it's cool or uncool. I still think that it's there could have been far better energy placed on more important things, but it is what it is.
Right, and it does look nice around the bases, but it remains to be seen that if it's going to cause us any issues when we actually start playing. I mean, I for one have not had any time to do anything but farm enough res to start my CC upgrade today.
Yeah,
so,
the static accolades, even the static accolades back when we were bantering, bitching, and complaining. It's not that was a problem. It was basically the spinning angel wingy thing that we were hesitant about more than anything.
Right.
But that remains to be seen. There's only, at least, again, we'd speculated, was it going to be only one person in the entire game? That was fine. If it was going to be all the gold tier members, that's when we were like, holy crap, this is just going to be a quagmire. So.
Right. And the thing is I mean, we are allowed to change our opinions on something if it does. We may start out thinking that, okay, yeah, this might not be such a great idea, but then it happens and it's like, well, it's not so bad after. I mean, we can say everything that we say, a lot of things that we say for things that are coming in the future is speculation because we don't know. We can give our personal opinions on it, but that doesn't necessarily mean our opinions won't change later.
True.
Like the war rig.
That thing still sucks ass.
Not at Omega.
The war rig will destroy like phalanx and technicals, but it also takes a hurt. It gets hurt as well.
And that GS rockets, it's going to kill it like mad now.
You put that Omega war rig in, you get that war rig to Omega, and it is nasty.
And be aware, with the CC upgrade and the upgrade of the silos, your GS rocket outfit, you will now be targeting not just one, but multiple. So you send in your Omega Juggernaut and the war rig.
Send it in my base with my Achilles GS. It's max. Yeah,
I can hit them simultaneously.
That's fine. I run my Omega Phantom over and kill 80% of your base.
Well, maybe not mine, but maybe we'll have to test that some other time.
I don't think that you'll be able to. I don't think you'll be able to equip two different rockets like an Achilles.
No, not two different rockets, but they will target two separate.
I'm explaining this to the community just in case anybody has questions.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to be target. It's supposed to target two separate units in your base.
Yeah.
And so that means it's going to empty twice.
It looks like it's fixed.
Keep that in mind.
Oh yeah,
please, Miss Lady, could you hook up David with the screen?
I can do that.
Oh, it's fixed. Yeah.
Okay, David, you now have
control. Now end attack and do it again.
Why? You can't see
because I can't.
Weaken the base first.
Now,
kill the
right, now.
Bar. No, you missed the go-go bar. You know you're going to take damage. Watch out! You know those max go-go bars pack a hell. The pair GS rockets out of them.
I would say.
Yeah, it does look like there's quite a bit more of the drones now.
Yeah, I would say it's fixed.
Sweet.
That's good to know.
I need to get that bad boy upgraded now that my
Yep.
Good.
And I upgrade my workshop to what I thought was last level, and now they give me some more to do. Yeah. Love you, Kicks.
Hey, at least we can replicate Gen 1 stuff, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get to that next level so you can start replicating the other new stuff, I guess.
Yeah, well, that won't happen until after CC's done, so.
All right. So, if you would please relinquish.
I will give that back to you, Venom.
I can finish up this.
In my nice gold aura.
It is a beautiful gold aura.
Oh, what happened, David? You couldn't hit gold 1?
Yeah, no. I was right there, but I got hit right before I jumped to Sector 80 for a memorial, so
yeah,
I got hit right before it, so.
And Cyclonus, you may be right. The next event, every high-level base will have everything maxed because if we can have it, so can Kixai. And yes, you're probably right.
Well, a lot of these upgrades are defensive, like for us, but yeah, we do get a couple upgrades like the rocket silo and the turret things that Kixai might have.
Yeah, but none of those can even happen until you're done with your CC.
Yeah, exactly.
So
All right.
just look at kick size CCs and make sure they're maxed in their bases before if you see a rocket silo firing two things at you.
All right. Known issues. When the leaderboard populates with lots of data, some players may be skipped when you scroll down. A blank button appears in the gear store that routes to the leaderboard. That's interesting. Didn't notice that. The infamy button does not become highlighted at the bottom of the leaderboard on first open. There's an issue with the Omega War Rig base causing them to despawn and appear bubbled to players. A no downtime fix is in the works.
Can I
They're
give
going to try it. Please do.
The caretaker. This is the message at the top of the game. The caretaker bonus token base and Omega War Rig base has been extended for 1 day.
Yes,
Most likely because of that issue there. So.
Okay, and a couple of things that Merck's put in the YouTube chat earlier that I didn't get to. They were supposed to buff the Siege Squadron, and that's been delayed. Should be ready next week. And then the Thorium base update did not happen. That's delayed, and he will update the calendar accordingly. So apparently there's no ETA on that yet.
And same thing with the gear store update. That's delayed as well.
Okay, so starting with what is happening in the real world of PvP. Season 7 briefing. So CM Bernie posted this very nice looking photograph and the details to our battle. So battle for bragging rights
would win that fight
every day, all day. Except, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the shields on those breachers. All right, so we're going to battle for bragging rights in the sector for PvP Season 7. The season includes functional leaderboard and alliance PvP. Details. PvP season is shorter than previous ones. It will last for 2 months.
Oh, wow.
It ends April 30th.
Start date.
Oh, wait, what?
Start date March 7th after the server downtime. End date May 7th at to be determined. So
was it not 2 months the last time or something similar?
No, it's 3.
It was extended, was it not, to 3? Yeah.
Are you presenting?
It was January, February, March for this particular one that we just had, I believe. Well, January, February, and then the beginning of March.
The beginning of March, yeah. It was extended like an extra couple weeks.
Are you on the game right now, Venom?
No,
yeah, it can be.
He's presenting. Refresh champ, because I had to do that earlier because it looked like somebody else was presenting and I had to refresh my YouTube.
No, I'm just wondering if I was just looking at the Alliance Manager thing and it says Alliance Infamy 3090. I'm like, wow, we already got that much infamy.
I think it's cumulative infamy.
It should be. You can see my miserable sad sack of an alliance. And all mine, it says 0 for everything because
now see, mine's working.
Are all reset.
Yeah. So Venom, go ahead.
So I missed what you guys were talking about for about 15 minutes there, but did they truly fix the leaderboard? It looks like they have.
They have fixed it some, yes.
I switched over from like Alliance to like my position and all that, and that appears to
work.
Okay. Well,
come on, leaderboard. Nice. Fucking work, leaderboard. What the fuck? Click on the leaderboard.
Click it for me.
I had to do it through the warpath on the bottom right.
Okay.
Hold on. I don't want to hide that thing.
See, yours is weird because
yeah. No, I increased my my screen because of being able to show people text. So now I'm at a ridiculous 115, 120%, and I feel like, well, who was it when I was showing on the event show? It was like, zoom out, damn it, zoom out. That's how I am.
That was me.
Yeah, this. Okay, yeah.
It's doing some crappy wappy stuff right now. It was working a lot better 5 minutes ago.
Go to B and C because I don't think there's anybody in A. I was able to load B.
It was only showing B. I mean, it was only showing A before.
It was because it's live right now, you know.
Yeah. It's always because it's probably because I'm screen sharing. I'm doing screen share through through a tab. I'm not going through this. Obviously, you don't see the Unshackled YouTube up there.
I think it's doing it by sector. It looks like, right?
Well, what I was doing, I had it on top rank and I had it on my alliance, and it only showed everybody's alliance. It didn't show just mine.
No, it looks like it's doing it. It's doing it by sector, though. I think.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna jump back over to the topic, and then.
Sorry about that.
No, it's quite all right. I'll come back to it in a second. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to get you off topic there.
I'm out for the night. I'll talk to you guys later.
Any shout outs you want to say before you leave?
Nope.
All right.
Eat your carrot.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah.
Nah, my only shout out goes to the sector that I'm about to go burn down.
Have fun, Jess.
Hope it's my sector.
It's not your sector.
No, it's not. I know where he's going.
I'm so sad.
All right. Well,
I can't go. So.
Well, that's
I'm
over there
so
loading forever. I will jump over here. So, details: PvP season is shorter. Previous ones last 2 months, March 7th until May 7th, to be determined. There will be weekly payouts of medals, bases on your current infamy division. Additional medals, blood thorium, and accolades will be awarded at to the winners at the end of the season. So, Alliance PvP. You're looking at these. That's pretty fucking badass looking, but it's, another freaking animation that I'm worried about. For the first time in War Commander history, alliances in War Commander can compete against each other by earning infamy. Alliances compete in 3 different class bases on alliance size. So Class A, total infamy contributions of all members. Class B, total infamy contributions of top 100 members. Class C, total infamy contributions of top 50 members. Your Alliance Infamy score will appear in all 3 classes, and Alliance can only receive a single award per season. Okay. Alliance PvP prizes. End of the season prizes for Alliances are as follows. So your first place Alliance will receive a gold burning accolade thingy-majiggy. How that appears, I don't know. Well, that's this thing up here, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So.
Question: is that the official name of it?
Thingamajiggy. Yes.
Thingamajiggy. Yeah,
that is a War Commander Unshackled exclusive pro terminology. Get you some of that. All right. 300,000 medals, I believe. Yes.
Yep.
Second place will receive a not so spry, but still kind of flamey, whatchamacallit, for 250,000 medals. Third, no moving animation, but the same symbol, for 225,000 medals. Fourth, 175. Fifth, 150,000. Sixth, 125,000. Seventh, 100,000. Eighth, 75,000. Ninth, 50,000. And 10th place will get 25,000 medals. The B tier, or whatever you want to call it, gets a silver, whatever accolade, whatever you want to call it, pictorial accolade, 200,000 medals.
I like
200,000.
Thingamajig. Okay. The second place in the B tier will get a silver thingamajig and 170,000 medals. Third place in that category gets 150,000 medals and a silver thingamajig with a little less oomph. Fourth is 130,000. Fifth is 110,000. Sixth is 90,000. Seventh is 70,000. Eighth is 50,000. Ninth is 30,000. And 10th rounds out with 10,000 medals in that bracket. The Class C bracket gives you 100,000 medals at top with a bronze item or whatever. 85,000 for second place with another bronze character, 75,000 with a bronze character at third place, 65,000 at fourth, 55,000 at fifth, 45,000 at sixth place, 35,000 for seventh place. Eighth place awards 25,000 medals. Ninth place awards 15,000 medals. And the final placement of 10th place will receive 5,000 medals in the C class section. Medals and accolades, again, will be paid out at the conclusion of the season according to your Alliance final leaderboard ranking position. The rank 1 to 3 Alliance accolades for Class A, B, and C appear on the leaderboard and above your base on the world map. Please note, an Alliance can only receive one prize per season. If an Alliance places first in Class A, B, and C, they will only receive the prize from Class A, which is 300,000 medals per Alliance.
And that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Oh, so you can actually even see a clan of 40 players. You could be top overall and also in your own class.
Yeah.
Individual PvP prizes. Weekly round of season prizes for individual players can be found below. And this is basically what I'm viewing right now, what Lady Warrior has, and what the majority of the players have for the last season. So you have your gold tier medals. You get that the number 1 prize, first top player got that spinning aura with the winglets or whatever you want to call them that spin around, and they've got the flaming winged avatar frame, for lack of a better term. Second place got the six blood thorium, 250,000, excuse me, that flaming thing, and the gold bracket, etc., etc., etc. You can all look this up on the forum. And it goes down to, obviously, the third bronze division 1 gives you a small silver frame, and then those below bronze 1 in the final bottom bronze tiers only got medals. They didn't get blood thorium or any visual accolade.
Something I want to point out. Can you scroll up just a little bit? There. It says global season leaderboard rank. So it looks like they're ranking us by numbers now instead of like.
Yeah, you'll be ranked. You'll be ranked by your overall infamy, or is this honors, infamy, whatever your total. But it'll bracket you amongst all players. So it's the number 2 player to the number 100 player in the game. Yeah.
So it's really going to be a dogfight and a lot of self bubbling, unfortunately.
And again, this does lead credence to what sectors you're in. Again, keeping sectors that are locked down, you can't jump into, jacking up the infamy and all. So I mean, just keep that in mind. It's like you said, it's going to be a dogfight. Leaderboard update. The much anticipated update to the leaderboard has arrived. The Infamy Invasion Warpath and monthly event leaderboard has been redesigned and overhauled to emphasize functionality and ease of use. All leaderboards now located in the intuitive menu, accessible from the in-game top hotbar, which I already said this. They're just hashing the same shit again. You can now easily view your position on the leaderboard, prize structures, global and sector rankings, and more. Check out the screenshot below for more information. And as it's supposed to function, you see your personal infamy total. You'll see what PvP season you're in, the classification that you've reached, your current payout expectation for your 5 of 5 for the week. You have your top rank, My Alliance rank, and of course the class, which we're all tinkering around with. And at the bottom, you have your gear store swap outs. So it shows you, the units in the gear store, which is nice to see there too. So, yeah, that, your PvP round, the round time, etc. We've pretty much gone over this in that little hash out that they showed on the first page before I clicked over this. And that's pretty much it. So that's nothing new. Anybody got anything they want to discuss about that?
And Micaiah, no, they did not say anything about you can't hit your own members and gain infamy. Apparently, you can still hit your own clanmates and share infamy that way. They didn't say you can't, and they didn't say you could.
I will say this: they did
There was
not
a glitch with that.
specify, but momentarily people were not able to attack. So I
Correct.
don't know if and when that's been rectified with the secondary downtime or not. But
It's
Oh yeah,
rectified.
they can attack.
It is?
There's,
All right.
there's people out bubbling people right now. So
Good.
yeah, you
All
can
right.
you can now attack. But I
Um,
didn't see anything that said that you
No, it is-
could not
it
hit
is.
your own clan mates for infamy.
Yeah, it has already been determined in the past, that it is still completely legitimate to attack your own members in the fight. There's nothing stopping you from hitting your own players.
Right.
Now it's appearing that you'll get 0 infamy. Like if I highlight somebody that's green to me, it's showing 0 infamy, 0 honor that I get from them.
That was what I was saying. Try it again. Anton's alluding to that being
All right,
fixed.
let me.
No,
Yeah,
it's working fine. Working fine.
Yeah. Okay, then mine's bugged.
Okay.
I just checked mine.
Did you have you refreshed since, or is it still the same?
That's weird.
All right.
See, that's hard for me to test because I'm one
You're one
person.
of one. Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? Actually, no, I can go look at somebody here. Hold on. Where is my mini's in sector with me? Let me find my mini.
All I know is I smashed a certain somebody in my alliance, and I didn't get anything from it about an hour ago.
I have
Okay.
somebody that's a friend of mine. That's
Oh,
in
you know what? You're right because when I click on my mini
Well,
base, it tells me 0.
You should never be able to attack another account of your own anyway. They're not.
Well,
supposed
no,
to
and
be
I
in the same
wouldn't.
set.
But just to test
I
the
know.
theory,
No,
Micaiah is correct. If I click on my mini, which carries the same tag as I have,
It says you don't get anything.
It tells me I get 0 infamy. But if I click on anybody else, I get 100 because I haven't hit anybody yet. So
Okay. Well, that's good.
I clicked somebody that's a friend but not in the same alliance, and I got infamy off of them. Or I could get 95 potentially, but I click on people that are in the alliance and it's showing 0.
I'll show you here.
yeah. So
Alrighty. If you wouldn't mind giving Anton, he's
hold on 1 second. And where is Anton? Okay, Anton, you have control, hon.
There you go. There you can see there.
I think you should smash him to go double check, because that might just be a visual bug.
Exactly.
See, I'll just go here to another one there.
Mm-hmm.
There's 100.
Well, now it's letting you have it, but he's in the same. You guys have the same tag, yes?
Oh, same tag, yeah. I'll just go for another person there.
Find somebody much lower than you.
I want to see
it's in Rav and see if that makes a difference.
Yeah,
because my mini's only a 28 because I don't goof with it.
More to the point, Anton, have you attacked anybody yet? You still have 0 of 0?
Yeah, I have nothing.
Okay. So
Hey,
then
Anton.
it shouldn't even relate to your level. You should be able to hit a level 12 in your own tag if it's allowed, and it should give you 100.
Anton.
Yes, young champ.
Yeah, rumor has it Stuart's in sector, so maybe Stuart will come to me and hit my base.
Can you get
really? Stuart's there? Let me come visit. Oh, I can't jump.
That fear base.
I like your. Yes, Anton's got that aura looking thing on his base.
Good evening, Larry. Welcome to the fun.
That's a Reaper of Death.
Okay. Well, thank you, Reaper of Death. Erwin says if they are in the same alliance, you won't infamy, because I just checked as well. So with him also, he's not being able to collect infamy from the same alliance, which there's a part of me that says that it doesn't really hurt me. It's a slap in the face to a lot of you guys out there in big alliances. I can understand.
But easy remedy, Venom. Easy remedy. Drop tag for 30 seconds. Hit and then
shit out of my own
back in.
There you go.
Smash them all. That's how I say.
Or an even better thing, just be like me and play solo, and then you never have to worry about it because there's nobody to. You can hit everybody.
In the situation that I'm in, I do play solo. I do not inhibit any of my clansmen from playing their own game their way, the way they choose and feel comfortable. I'm not a game politics player. I think it's all bullshit. And at the core, I know this might rub some panelists and certainly some YouTube, family out there in the YouTube land wrong, but this is not clans versus clans. It created the clan system by the players. We created clans when we went and got, went to that third-party site and made picture badges.
Yep.
This game is War Commander singular. If I want to go out and attack every fucking player in my sector, I will go out and attack every fucking player in my sector. My alliance members, my fucking friends, my enemies, my frenemies, and everything in between. And nobody, no fucking sector admin douchebag is going to stop me. I don't care what they say. Now, I take it upon myself as my own personal gameplay. I don't attack people that don't attack me. I don't attack people that don't wrong me. I don't attack players during events because I think everybody deserves the right to earn prizes. It's against my personal opinion to do that. But in the same aspect, nobody fucking tells me what to do. Period. Period. And I've had arguments in global chats to allude to that. I've had people say, "You will get out of this sector. We will kick every one of your clansmen out of you." No, I ain't fucking going nowhere. You ain't gonna stop.
Stay in the ones that claim they're gonna kick you out. You just stay there, and because they can't physically force you to jump.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what. I'll be honest and forthright. Every time I've had one of those issues where I've been on that "you're a sector target now" hit list, it's been under something that I was righteous about. They were wrong, and they had to face facts that I didn't do anything inappropriate. So when it came down to it, they sided with the reasonable explanation of okay, and it was dropped. So I will commend the sector, whatever you want to call them, that what do you call it? Your sector fucking chiefs or sector admins or whatever you want to call them, the group, the gathering.
Too many chiefs, not enough idiots.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I will commend them that in the end, throughout all the public politics bullshit, it has actually ended up erring on the side of right, not just siding with their own personal clansmen, but looking at the evidence and on occasion going against their own clanmates, saying, "No, you were actually wrong in this." So I'm grateful that I'm in a sector that has politics. It's of course like all do, but it's been a gracious thing where they've actually followed a course of honesty and been okay. I know there's a lot out there that it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. We're sticking together. We are whatever we are, and go fuck it. And that's going to be the last of any political bullshit on this page, on this show, because we don't talk politics, and I broke rule number 2.
We do not. And where were we? Oh, what's up next? I know. What happened?
Yeah, I got back into the game finally.
What do you mean? What do you mean you don't talk politics? I'm running for president, man. What are you talking about?
And I'm going
for champ.
It's gonna
That's
be,
almost like
nah, fuck that. I watch Brewster's Millions. I vote for none of the above. That's a classic movie people need to see. Richard Pryor and his work.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. I love that movie.
All right.
So what are we up to?
All right.
I got 2 tabs left open.
Yeah, I've got the Command Center 13 briefing is the next topic.
Next one. Okay, that's what I had up next, and then there's Warpaths after that.
Tons of fun. That is correct. Oh yeah.
And you have control, Venom. I'll give it back to you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. There I am. So Command Center 13. Again, most of this is rehashing the same stuff. I just wanted to get through it as fast as possible. So I will get to it and shut the fuck up. Command Center. So these are the new pictures of the upgrades to the Command Center. So if you know what yours looks like at former Max, this is what it should look like at Max.
I like that. Max. I like that the little radar dish or whatever on the Corpus one.
I do like the fact that it's octagonal.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. I might have to go back Corpus just because that looks awesome.
Well, I'm already Corpus, and this one is that?
Now, I like that they squished the Sentinel one a little bit closer, so you can.
I'm trying to figure out is that a 6-side or is that a diamond? It looks diamond shaped.
That looks diamond shaped to me as well.
That's an armor plate that's just randomly sitting there.
You know, they've done some good. The art department in this game has always had some good artistic qualities. I will say that. I still don't like the fact that it's spacey looking, but that's just my own personal bias.
They don't have the number on it like the ones that we got now. Oh yeah, it does. The Sentinel one has a 13.
13, yeah.
I don't see it on the other ones.
I never even paid it. I don't really care.
I never noticed that either. That's funny. I see that go in there and look at mine, and I don't see
Just
one.
like the text center has glowing.
This should have been a glass elevator though that goes up and down.
You know that blue trophy that we have that's like it's like a cylinder with swirly? That would be nice on the CC right there.
That'd be cool. And I'd also like to just poke a little fun at the trophy that is the hologram. When the fuck is that supposed to do something cool besides what it originally did the day one we got it?
Yeah, it was supposed to, but I think they changed it.
It's supposed to be something. Now it's funny. It is. I'm just saying, and I'll concede to relax. But it is funny how this last event they took the previous trophy, gave it a cool spotlight effect, which turned it into. And yes, I humiliated myself by first thinking that spotlight was the Dark Storm or whatever, when in reality it was just a spotlight from the trophy because I didn't notice right away. But I was quick to rationalize that it was a alternative radio tower. So that was cool. But like I say, it gave it the functionality of a spotlight, but it also acted as a radio tower, which I thought was nifty. Now that hologram where it shows the Sentinels, the Corpus, and the Survivors symbols was touted as having some future cool effect to take place, but it kind of was lost in the ether and never came to fruition. But anyway, so Command Center.
Speaking of trophies, I've seen some posts lately about the Spotlight trophy. I haven't seen it personally, but there's been a lot of posts out there about that Spotlight trophy. I don't know if it's a hack or a glitch, but apparently
you can have the Spotlight trophy, but it shouldn't be shining any light because the Spotlight trophy was a trophy earned in the event. Actually, I had somebody PM me about it.
Yeah, I've seen some posts about that. I'm just not sure if anyone can clarify that.
Well, I can't speak directly to it, but from my own personal opinion, the only Spotlight trailer trophy we have simply has the two CCTV cameras that would move. It didn't have the functionality of the actual light tracking across the ground. If you're seeing that in a base, hit the number, report a ticket. That would be my own personal opinion.
And Erwin says that it is a diamond.
Okay, thank you. I'm getting old. I'm almost 40. My fucking eyes aren't what they used to be.
Almost 40. Kiss my ass. I'm almost 20 years older than you, and I can see it. I only have one eye, so shush.
But you got one good eye.
I do have one good eye, thank goodness. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here because I wouldn't be able to see it all.
Hey, Venom.
Yes.
On that left, can you do those pictures click? To where you can make them?
I tried to click them on my screen.
That's a neutral CC that many people haven't seen in ages.
I will show you all something cool. If you open the image in a new tab, and then you go up here and jack this shit up.
Oh, don't do that.
So that's your neutral CC at max level. Yippee yippee!
Probably had a missile bastion.
Now, obviously, you're going to lose some resolution because, it's going to look blurry, but it's better than nothing.
For those on YouTube, just squint your eyes a little bit, and it makes it look better.
Squint your eyes, hop on one leg.
Exactly. Turn your head sideways.
Yeah.
No.
Drink water upside down.
Just zoom out a little bit.
I'll go back to the former page. All right. So
There.
Click here to view building upgrade times cost spreadsheet.
You already have that.
That is what we were very gracious to have Skipjack and Daba. Skipjack posted on the Unshackled page. So if you're a joiner, you can find that there. So we got the command centers, the neutral, survivors, sentinels, and corpus upgrades. Max level is now 13. And the attributes that you gain from said max level. Metal storage, max level 25. Oil storage, max level 25. Production buildings, your airfield will now have a max level of 30. Functionality at max will provide a 2% reduction to repair and a build time reduction at level 30. Barracks gives you max level of 15. Functionality provides a 1% reduction of repairs and building times per level. So this applies from level 11 to 15. Okay. So at level 11, you'll get 1%. I believe at level 12, you get an additional 1%, Daba?
I don't think it's cumulative. I think it's just a total of 5% when you're done. Compared, like, look at the other stats.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It would be 1% at level 11, 2% at level 12, meaning 2%. At level 13, you'd be at 3%. At level 15, you'd be at 5%.
Yeah. That's what I'm presuming. Now, again, your guess is as good as mine, but that's how I'm reading it.
Okay. I concur. I read it the same way. So
also there, can I just, is the gold cost going to be in line with the reductions?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing to keep track of and to definitely parse.
But yeah, something to keep track of.
Yeah, but are we going to get confirmation of that?
I will certainly spit it out there.
Test it until somebody like.
I know there. I know we can do it. We always test something there, but are Kickside going to come out and make an announcement rather than us doing it?
Well, yeah, I mean that we'll have to wait on that because I haven't seen anything mentioned about changing the gold cost to realign with all of this. I didn't see that in anything that Wrong Thinker or CM Bernie posted. So hopefully, Wrong Thinker, if you're listening, maybe you could address that out on the forums for us to discuss either on our Saturday show or our next Wednesday show.
Well, I will definitely try. I will put it out there. I'll go on Discord at the end of the show, and I will put a post in the forums to try to get confirmation on some of these questions, and hopefully we will have answers.
Because it would be a good idea to find out what.
Yeah.
Then again, you get a reduction in Warpath anyway, don't you? But if you're going for PPP in there, you know, is it just time and gold or just?
Yes.
Well, now Micaiah said that the gold cost for the replication is on the spreadsheet. There's a tab down at the bottom for that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that now.
Good spot there. Good spot.
I don't. It's gold.
Oh,
it's
hey,
gold.
okay. Well, welcome back to the YouTube chat, Mr. Wrong Thinker. The current question will as posed by Anton, will the gold costs? In fact, Anton, you can answer that. You can ask this a lot better than I could.
No, it's just a query. You're reducing the repair times, and I think the consensus is that's a positive move. But are the repair times and reductions, are you going to match that with the gold cost for the repair times as well?
So so are the gold costs going to stay within concert with the repair reduction, and get a reduction of their own along to coincide with the reduction of time?
I'm just saying PvP. Yeah. I'm just saying PvP.
Because like the airfield and all that, they give you a reduction in the build and repair time. So for the particular like air and whatnot, so the gold costs go down to reflect that reduction.
And while we're waiting on that, I will go through.
I had my question every time I'm on the show, but since Wrong Thinker's gracious enough to tune in, what I want to ask Wrong Thinker out there, what's the best way to earn XP, dude?
I will say yes. That's a good question because I've got billions and billions to earn.
Billions and
Okay,
billions.
I'm not. I'm being half. I'm semi joking there, but
I know.
just joking. Just
No,
joking.
but at the same token, I mean, as you get up in level, man, does it get harder and harder to get to the next one.
Oh gosh, it's taking me forever to get. I don't think I'm ever going to make it to 45 at this point.
The sad part is, I know my biggest answer to it is if I just hunker down and I know I lose out in the long term because you'll always earn more experience points if you wait the time out and you do things by the numbers. But at the same token, you'll get a moderate amount of XP when upgrading certain things regardless. So I know I could certainly jump a little bit if I just bit the bullet and turned into a gold fucking fountain and wailed my way above on a lot of stuff because I've set myself back. Okay.
All right, Wrong Thinker just said it behaves the same way that as the previous reduction. He will have to verify, so he'll have to come back to us on that.
Yeah. So the assumption is they would go in line. All right.
That's good there. Thank you.
Good. It saved me having to put it on Discord, so I don't have to log into that thing right now. All right. War Factory. Max level of 20. Functionality. Provides 1% reduction to repair and build times per level. Only applies from levels 16 to 20. And again, as Daba and I were reading this, that would basically be at level 16, you'll get 1%. At level 17, you will go to 2%. And then when you get to level 20, you would have your 5% buff.
Oh, okay.
And just another wee point there. To Wrong Thinker, you can come on the show and confirm that, and it'll make me sleep better at night. Thank you.
Excuse me, not 5%, but all right. Defense buildings. These are the things that I actually are more interested in personally. Drone silo, max level 15. Functionality. Drones will now spawn with a minimum health value. Instead of the health determined by the current HP of your drone silo, drone capacity has been increased to 2,000 at level 15. So both of those are really great things. So you can put some more drones in, which for players like myself that have a menagerie of drones. I mean, I still have what's the little white ones, the just for concussion.
The wing drone things?
I have.
No, you do not.
I got two of them. I got two of them in mine.
I will go. Here you go. I'll freaking share.
I have two because they shock.
I have wing drones with the concussion. I don't use. I have the add shock AOE on damage.
Yeah.
Right. I have reapers. I have night owls. I have talons, and I have hornets. So I have a menagerie of different drones with different tech to take out different functional units. Nice. Specifically, more so for events and stuff like that. So increasing this value when I upgrade it again from 1,600 to 2,000 is going to allot me to actually increase the number of wing drones again, back to what I had originally had. I had like 8 in there at one point. It's going to allow me to add some more of my hornets for the benefit that I get against uniques, especially unique air. And for that matter, because I think I hunkered down, I won't allude, but I spent the $1+ million on the yellow jacket. I can throw that in. Hopefully I'll be able to put one in, if I maneuver some other things around, obviously. Remove some.
Very nice.
So that's going to be a definite benefit to me. So I'd like to shout out my appreciation for that one little attribute. Go-Go Bar, Thorn in Anton's side.
Wow.
Max level 20. Levels
I have to
11.
rethink my drone silo.
I mean, it all depends on what you're going to use for. I mean, as a hermit crab of a player,
a turtle.
I'm not a turtle.
I'm a noob, so there you go.
I'm a hermit crab. I will nip your little pinky toe. And then I'll get a colorful shell. But at level, so Go-Go Bars, max level 20, levels 11 to 15 require command center level 12. Levels 16 through 20 will require a command center of level 13. The functionality, Each new level provides a reduction in repair times to the base defense platoon. Damage units will not be able to enter the base defense platoon. However, damage units can now leave the base defense platoon and thus be replaced with fully healed units.
Yeah.
All right. Rocket silo. Again, much respect and thank you. This is a good thing in my opinion, especially in the defensive attributes of it. Max level of 25. Functionality is as follows. A max level of the rocket silo can launch 2 rockets at a time, targeting 2 ground units, or 1 ground unit and 1 air unit. So, again, alluding to what we were talking about earlier with the Achilles GS or what have you, it's going to be able to take a lot more damage output, so that's a good thing. Rocket research levels have been increased for the Achilles GS, Earth Shatter, and Patriot missiles. Max level of 20 now, which is good. Missile silo, forgotten building. Max level is now 15. The functionality it will give us, it will increase missile storage capacity by 100 per level. Now, I will say again, thank you very much. I always end up with this odd number of missiles built. Sometimes I really wish I could have 1 extra of something, and I've been stuck with a leftover remainder of 100 space, but I can't build the missile I want because it's a 200 space missile. Or I have a remainder of 50 space, and then I can't build jack shit. You know what I mean? So that's again a much appreciated change to the game. So I got to give out shout outs to those kinds of things. I have to give credit where credit's due. There's some painful things to swallow. I said painful pills in this update, but there are some good things that everybody is certainly can't complain about. All right. Other buildings. Tech Center. Max level will be 15. Functionality. New levels provide a 5% repair time reduction to PvP platoon. Total PvP repair time is 75% when the Tech Center reaches its max level. Workshop. New max level will be 15. Functionality. At level 12, Gen 3 component upgrades to level 3 and upgrades to level 3 unlocks. Level 13, Gen 1 bronze component replication unlock. Level 14, Gen 1 silver component replication unlock. Level 15 workshop will give you Gen 1 gold component replication unlock.
Oh.
So now at max level, you will be able to replicate Generation 1 gold components.
And I just want to point out that's something I believe we asked on the show, and they answered.
Yes,
I believe we did. Yeah, I believe we did. A
lot of this stuff we asked on the show.
Yeah,
so
we've been whining about replication. We knew that, speaking from personal experience, we knew that it was an unfortunate issue, and it was hard, I'm sure, very hard for the team to crack down and figure out the problems that were going on in replication when it was broken. So I tip my hat that they were actually working behind the scenes to iron all that shit out. A lot of times we give them shit thinking that they're just fucking off and just ignoring it. But this is, I have to eat crow, swallow my pride and say, it is proof that they were in fact putting effort into getting a resolution to the issues in the replicator. The functionality of the missiles hitting more than one target, I personally said, I wish that their range had changed. I wish that they had been able to hit more than one thing. I wish they had found some credence to that little machine gun. We had spitballed many, many different hopeful ideas, and they listened and came up with something better, which, it may not be exactly what we asked for, but it's exactly what we need. So,
an excellent, with the GS, an excellent missile, or rocket, They've done brilliantly than that there. Really, really good.
Yeah, and with the new defensive or the new offensive units that we see, the new healthy in units, having another level to it was a necessary path to keep it in tune with, the War Rig and the Omega Juggernaut and the Omega Herald, and and hopefully again, credence to the staff working on the Siege Squadron and whatever they're going to do to balance. Yeah, I almost said the B word. Oh yeah, this isn't that bullshit show. This is a real show. To balance the Siege Squadron, to bring it in par with what its intended use was. Go ahead. I'm sorry I cut you off.
I love my Siege Squadron.
After
I don't have it.
after you get through the replication update, and if you want to show the time on Excel sheet, I have an update from Wrong Thinker.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say this. Can you bring up that Excel sheet? After I'm done, you can screen share and please speak your mind. Will that be okay with you, Daba?
In that case, all ants in the world are terrible, man. We need to get rid of them.
Yes, all ants must actually, no, I like ants. I like ants as long as they're not running across my picnic basket. All right, replication update. The replication tab in the workshop has been redesigned and reorganized. Sorting through your components is now easier than ever. I haven't touched this yet, so we'll see. Workshop content has been separated into 3 groups. Faction Generation 2. This section is now sorted by unit. Click any unit to view the bronze, silver, and gold components for that unit. Faction Generation 1. This section is now sorted by unit. Click any unit to view the bronze, silver, and gold components for that unit. And Special Forces. Components in this section are sorted the same way they have been in the past. So that's cool. That's cool. I like the fact that Faction 1 and 2 generation units can now see bronze, silver, and gold in a more cohesive manner, hopefully.
That's awesome update. I like that very much.
And you see this?
Yeah,
live.
me too.
Flip. I liked it. Shows my support. All right. Daba, do you have that? Would you care to elaborate on what you're talking about?
Yes, I'll just I'll read the correction and then I'll screen share the component.
So I'm going to stop and I'm going to appreciate.
All right. Yeah,
when you're ready.
Daba, you have control when you're ready to screen share.
All right, so this is right from Wrong Thinker. The quote: "There was a typo in the S7 update notes. The season 7 update notes, which he's corrected to read. The rank 1 to 3. This is the PvP alliance thingy. The rank 1 to 3 alliance accolades for A, B, and C appear on the leaderboard and above your base on the world map. And an alliance can only receive 1 accolade per season. If an alliance places in multiple classes, they will only receive the accolade from the highest placing class. Medals, however, are paid for each placement, potentially earning medals from all 3 classes. So originally it said something like you can only earn prizes from the 1, but if you play all 3 classes, then you get medals from all of them. I had also asked him, is it based on your alliance size? And he says, sort of. Class A takes your full alliance into account, no matter how big it is. Class B is just the top 100 players in your alliance. Top C is the top 50 players in your alliance. Means if you've got 50 players in your alliance, you've got a better shot at placing in C than A.
Oh, which means I get nothing.
Now I'm going to read this. Okay, cool. So now I've got a screen share in a way that I don't reveal any deep dark secrets, like where Jimmy Huff is buried.
Right, Daba.
I'm gonna say, Daba, you have control to screen share. So.
Yeah. Like I said, that's why.
Yeah, that is tiny. All right, we'll have to zoom this in, maybe.
Close the chat on the side, Daba.
Huh?
Close your chat on your right side.
What chat? Yeah, your group chat.
Your group chat on the right side, Daba. So close that.
Like your Hangouts. The Hangouts chat.
The Hangout chat.
What Hangout chat are you?
For the panel.
The little blue square with the words on it at the very top next to where it says Google. Why don't you get rid of that for a second?
I'm looking at the building upgrade costs.
Okay, yeah, you're fine now. You're fine.
I don't know what you guys are referencing.
All right.
You're fine now.
Okay, now it's better. Okay, because
that's where Jimmy Hoffa's buried, man.
I will honestly say this. I feel like I just fell into the trap and that I just followed the fucking sheep because you didn't do anything wrong. And I'm looking at my monitor and seeing our chat, not realizing you're not displaying that on.
Oh,
I
God,
look up to the TV.
you know what, Venom? I did. Oh shit, me too.
Hey, Dama.
Anyway, it's all good. Sorry, guys.
I always admit I'm a noob.
Hours and whatnot. That's the stuff that we did. Oh, all this negative. These are the reductions. So, like, you know, this got reduced by 0.25 for that particular level. And
easy with your scrolling.
I can't understand what they did by the time. So what's a negative 54?
Yeah, Daba, I don't have Superman vision here.
Hey, Dama, go to view. Go to view on Google.
Go to view and make it.
Yeah, if you don't have a huge TV, it comes out tiny.
I
zoomed it out so like we could see the building.
For us that don't have X-ray vision, it's kind of tough to see, bro.
So, there you go. Thank you.
At least make it one. There you go, because you can scroll over. But I think the biggest thing is they wanted to look at the Gen 1 component replication costs.
Yeah, I just wanted to do this. That's why I was just going through this real quick, because I was going to spend time on this. But this negative, this just means the reduction in time for the.
And that's in terms of days, correct?
Days, hours of minus 0.5 or minus 54 hours, minus that many seconds. And this is days.
Okay.
All the green ones are all the reductions. So if you're not, let's say I have a level building storage, I'm guessing whatever level this is.
Yeah, you can just use the one you have right there highlighted. So if you had a level 6 building metal storage, it's been reduced
16.
by 42 hours or 1.75 days to go to that level. The one you're highlighting now, the building oil storage has been reduced 21,600 seconds, 6 hours or 0.25 days, a quarter of a day.
Now the blue ones are increases in time. Well, you know, these are the new upgrades.
Yeah, those are the new upgrades. Okay, that much we did get. Okay.
The white is, like we were saying before, you know, these are the old, and then the blue is the new upgrades.
Okay.
So,
the new levels.
This document is on the Unshackled Unshackled page. So if you click down here, it'll say Gen 1 replication costs. So let's see if we can go ahead and zoom this in as well. Actually, yeah, I can.
Yeah, I plan on doing some math with this fucking thing here.
This awesome. Cool. So, these are your costs these are res. So I'm assuming it's gold. What is that thing? Metal and oil. I was drawing a brain fart. Now, oh yeah, there we go. Metal and oil. So these are your metal and oil costs, which are not that bad. As you can see, some are priced higher than others. Like, for instance, the Purifier is 37, but then the Valiant's Acolyte's only 15.
So there's no Thor cost in these?
Nope. Well,
sweet. As
of this document, and as of today at 9:53 Eastern, there's no Thor cost.
Okay.
Time, I'm not sure why it's in. These appear to be in seconds. So if I could, wouldn't mind.
Yeah, see, that's what I was trying to figure out.
72,000 seconds is 1 day. For reference.
If I have permission from y'all, I will make this all pretty like.
What? I want to make this public. Slim
I
Shady.
I don't need you to make it pretty. I just want to know the what those numbers mean. So if you could go back to that instead of make it pretty later.
No, I mean, yeah, it's just going to be raw data, but I'm gonna turn all this into minutes or days, whatever.
Divide all those numbers by 3,600.
Hey, Lady Warrior, Bruno's not going to help you with Thor, so haha.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's okay. Bruno loves me. He just can't help himself. Hi, Don.
He was wondering what we all think about the new tank that is in Shadow right now in the Shadow Ops faction or Shadow Ops thing.
I really don't know. I don't have an opinion yet.
I think Debo fucking nailed it. You nailed it the other day in
You're right, you
Hangouts.
did there.
Everybody's gonna say, "Oh, fuck this unit, fuck it, fucking sucks, fucking hate this fucking piece of shit." A week later, this unit's it's not too bad. It's doing okay.
And then tech comes out for it, and it's like, this is a fucking beast.
This fucking awesome. This unit's fucking awesome.
Oh, kind of like everybody did on the war rig.
Well, I mean, if it is anything like what we faced in the boss phase, obviously not at that extent of power and damage output and yada yada, because that was a kickside version, not one of our versions, and certainly we would have to wait a year and a half to max ours out to that, even close to that coefficient. I see potential for it. I do. I mean, obviously ours isn't going to have the same, like, what Daba, while you're doing this, if you can recall, what was the distance that it reduced our attack capability to?
The Darkstorm?
Yes.
That of a
Was
war dog.
it 350? Was it 350 range? I
350
thought?
or 200 or something?
Something along those lines. I
Yeah.
didn't get to be on any of the bases.
So it didn't matter what your unit was.
So there's the Darkstorm. There's my unit range right there.
Like spit and hit. That was it. It was spit and hit.
It wasn't even that far because you can spit like 20 feet.
God damn, man. It's spit 20 feet.
If you get a really viscous one, you can really get it going. Especially
you know what? The only way I could spit 20 feet is if I was on the second or third floor of a building spitting down. Just saying.
You gotta really get it going.
After speaking of this Darkstorm, those boss bases, I really discourage Kickside from watching the videos out there. They really suck. Don't worth
They're
it.
really hard. I'm telling you.
There's no need to change them. They're fine the way they are. Okay, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I'm hoping I might be able to squeeze a couple of hours in someday.
I hope you can. I hope you can, lady. I mean, they're really tough.
I know.
They are tough bases.
I know, and I
lost
so much shit in those bases.
I'm gonna do this.
Champa's not going to heaven tonight.
What's your ETA on completing this spreadsheet, Daba? Is it going to be about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that, to get all this math done?
Yeah, and what is all that? All I wanted to do was see what the time was.
No. I'm just saying. How long is it going to be for you to complete what you need to complete?
So assuming these are in seconds, you got 86,400 seconds in a day, thanks to some famous song that I learned. And so if you take all these and divide them by 8,600, Excel has done that nicely for me. This is in days. So right now, just these two particular techs. I forget I should have copied the units over too.
That would have.
So
you're looking at whatever those were. Okay. The Liberator is looking at 0.16 days.
So what's that mean in
bronze
I could convert. I mean, if you give me like 3-4 minutes,
you do that. Because what I was thinking is, if we'll take you off screen share real quick, you complete that task, and I will finish up the last tab that I have to finish up, which is the Warpath briefing.
All right.
And then we'll come back, and then we'll have that consensus.
You guys want it hours, minutes, and seconds?
It's about 3.5 hours.
Hours and days is all I care about.
Yeah, days and hours is all I care about. And Venom, you have control
Just
again.
break it out into days, man. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, just days. Yeah, that's just days.
Well, the only reason I say hours as well is because some things aren't a full day.
That's
it's
true.
12 hours, 18 hours, 16 hours.
I have these right here.
Days is going to get a close enough estimate to what we need.
Yeah. And if it's weeks, send in a ticket. I'm not putting up what.
Fucking shit, man. You guys.
Oh, okay. So I gave you control back, hon, so you can go the next thing.
I'm glad I'm a nerd along with the rest of y'all.
There's no harm in being a nerd.
All right. So we have the final tab that I have to get through, and then you don't have to listen to my voice read all this crap so fucking obnoxiously. And for those who are on the page and know, I could have certainly had my friend Grace read all of this in her very sexy, sultry, eat your heart out voice. But,
don't you bring that thing on here.
Hey.
It's
Under the respect of Lady Warrior, who gets creeped out by Cyber Sultress.
Hey, I heard a male voice that.
Yeah, I did. That
one. I didn't hear the female.
I did a cross between Anton Airlines, lovely voice, and a little bit of Fear the Peel's Australian rift with a European twist. So
you know what, Venom? You can bring it on next week. I won't be here.
No, I don't actually. I said this before. I don't do that because I think it's a little bit more inviting to have people hear us, whoever's doing it, speak, and then we can stop mid sentence and discuss a topic that catches our eye. If you guys see something here, we can just stop and talk about it, and then can carry on, and we can answer questions from YouTube as we're doing it. It's not just robotic. If that's the case, we just anybody can just read it. So here we go. So the Warpath briefing. So Warpath. Something that we actually have come to love. So the sector is at war, clash with the most fearsome commanders in the world map. In the latest installment of Warpath, earn honors, climb the leaderboard, and lay waste to all that you face. Precious blood thorium awaits the champions. Do you have what it takes? Fuck no, I suck at PvP. I'm still gonna try.
Hey Venom, there's a lot of level 3 bases out there you can hit.
Yeah. Well, that's for the first 10.
For Venom, that might be a little challenging. We might have to step him down to level 2s again.
You can't hit 2, otherwise I would have suggested that.
Yeah, I want to give you guys a breakdown, dude. Top prize gets my game name.
Funny.
Does that mean that you're gonna have to drop it?
You know what that tempts me to do? That you do realize real quick, I have never changed my name. I can change it for free. I could change my name to you and come up as the lowest player in this, just out of spite, so I can take a screenshot that has your name and say you suck.
I've seen other players my name. I make it a point to go out and bubble them, man, on purpose. I do this, man. I do this. Trust me. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
No, thank you. That's fun. Warpath rounds. This version of Warpath only has one round. Starts Thursday, March the 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Will end Monday, March 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Details are as follows. During Warpath, players will earn honors from player base engagements. Honor can only be earned while Warpath is active. The more honor you earn, the higher your placement on the Warpath division ranking for exclusive rewards. Rewards will be paid out based on the total sum of honors earned during Warpath. Perma-damage protection. The damage protection bubble will be placed over player bases during Warpath after you have attacked a player's base. Perma-damage protection prevents you from attacking the same player again. Perma-damage protection also prevents you from being attacked multiple times by the same player. Perma-damage protection expires at the end of the round. So it'll be at the end of, or at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 12th of this month. Regular protection times have been reduced to 4 hours during Warpath. Repair times and costs for base defenses have been reduced by 50% while Warpath is active. Question that alludes to, if you were to be a whale and coin the shit out of all those upgrades, will that reduction see that 75%?
Oh, good question.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
So either you're going to have players like me going, or you're going to have other ones go, ka-ching! So,
Yeah.
Choo!
Hey, Venom, how did that go again?
Well, yeah, you're not. No. I only do terrible, cheesy sound effects once.
Okay, Venom, let me interrupt real quick. Wrong Thinker just confirmed the benefit to PvP platoon repair time also applies to gold cost. So if a plat is 50 gold in standard platoon, it will be about 25 in a PvP platoon with the max level tech center.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
cool.
you, Wrong Finger.
Thank you, sir.
Man, Wrong Thinker.
Oh, yeah. So it's a 50% with max level tech center.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said roughly 13 gold.
Thank you for fixing that. I was gonna razz you.
Well, how do you know he fixed it? Well, maybe the fix was already there.
Fixed his statement. He said 20. He said roughly would be 25 in PvP, but that's at 50%. Max level gives you 75, and he corrected himself, saying roughly 13 gold.
Okay.
So it stays in respect to the level.
So now so since we know Wrong Thinker's here, and if he's got another second, why don't you, Venom? Why don't you reiterate what you just said? If somebody wanted to be a coiner and coin all this stuff before Warpath.
So
don't encourage me, guys, man.
I will encourage you.
I will let Mr. Wrong Thinker understand that had they not had the second downtime the way they did, they would have had me coin my CC already. I was going to purchase the gold pack and spend the 500 and whatever on it. But as I clicked to purchase the gold, the system went down for maintenance immediately, and I was scared piss shitless that it was going to happen mid-transaction, and I did not want that headache. So I will just wait, upgrade my metal and oil storages, and then do it through the 11 days. Sorry, that's just the way I am.
I'm gonna wait till payday, which is on Friday.
So you'll do it live on Saturday's show?
That's what I heard.
That's
there you go. You can coin it live.
So anyway, to get to the
get back on topic.
Yeah, you're back on topic.
So my question as it regards to what you were just stating about gold costs. Okay. Sorry, 50 gold in standard platoon, 25 gold in PvP platoon, 13 gold in a PvP with max level center. Yes. So my question is in regards to what I've highlighted on screen, which is the repair times and costs for base defenders have been reduced by 50% while Warpath is active. That during the Warpath season, if a player was to coin all the upgrades necessary to gain that 75% reduction, would the repair times under your base defense platoon during Warpath see that 75% buff? Everything's live, and would it translate?
I don't think the 75% is applied to your base defense platoon. I think it's applied to your PvP platoon.
Yeah, you get 50% with the max go-go bar.
Okay. Bars, it would be a 3-hour repair, I think, roughly.
Yeah, and so Warpath, your bubble lasts 4 hours, so I would expect, hopefully, your base platoon repairs in that time. Hopefully.
Well, you're going to have to make sure that the units you use are within that 4-hour parameter.
Again, I'm going to eat a bit of humble pie. Whenever you do the mathematics there and put the right tunes in, that works perfectly for Warpath. So I'll have to take a wee bit back there, Wrong Thinker. That works very well.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Back to your reading.
And I retract my former statement as a noob question. So
hey, we all have them.
So, I'm full of them. All right, leaderboards and divisions. The Warpath leaderboard tracks all players engaged in PvP. Players are ranked into divisions from highest to lowest based off their honor gained during the event. There are 5 Warpath ranking divisions: Diamond, Platinum, Gold, Silver, and Bronze. Division rankings is based off of players' global leaderboard rankings. To be placed in a division, a player must meet the honor requirements listed below. Each division ranking awards blood thorium crystals and medals. Players ranked in the highest division, Diamond and Platinum, have access to greater rewards. Rewards are issued after the conclusion of Warpath. Prizes are based off your honor rating as shown below. So this Warpath season, well, the next 2 months will be Diamond Division. 10,000 honors or above will receive 6 blood thorium crystals. They will receive 150,000 medals and the awesome blood dripping hand crystal holding trophy, which I think is pretty cool. Platinum Division is the 8,000 honors or above, or 8,000 to 10,000, to be honest. You will receive 4 blood thorium crystals. You will receive 110,000 medals and the second place trophy. The gold division, 6,000 to 7,999 honors. You will receive 3 blood thorium crystals and 80,000 medals. No trophy. Silver division, 4,000 honors to 5,999 honors. And you'll receive 2 blood thorium crystals, 60,000 medals. Bronze, 2,000 honors to 3,999 honors. You will receive 1 crystal and 50,000 medals. And the iron division, which is just your participation's prize, which is 1 to 2,000 honors, as long as you attack somebody. I'm worried to say, if you don't get attacked enough to get you down to 0, you should earn no blood thorium, but you'll at least get a consolation prize of 25,000 medals. And again, there's that epic trophy, which again they've done some pretty cool diamond trophy. Goes in your build.
So to go back up real fast, because Wrong Thinker said he says, I'm going to get shit for this, but I think he believes that 50% reduction is a typo. We're not doing a temporary Warpath benefit because those benefits are now permanent through the go-go bar. He's verifying that now.
I don't want to. I don't want to make that public. He didn't say that. I said that.
All right.
Well, that's what he's got in the thing.
I just don't want him to get any shit for it.
Yeah, no, I know. And then now, and Bruno, so here on the Warpath, if a player attacks you, you have a 4-hour bubble. That same player cannot attack you again during Warpath. So if I come flat you tomorrow during Warpath, I can't hit you again until Warpath is over.
And coincidentally, if you happen to hit end attack by mistake, you will not ever be able to hit that player again.
Exactly.
You are beholden to one-hit wonders during the game.
No, it's one hit, Bruno.
Hey guys, they fixed the depot problem, right? If you hit another player's depot, that does not count for Warpath. Is that correct?
I was not aware that it was causing issues.
And the first Warpath it was, and the second Warpath it wasn't.
Okay.
Hopefully that's squared away then.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. I mean, if you get a flash crash in the middle of hitting that base, if your electric goes out, whatever, anything interrupts your attack, that's it. You cannot hit that player again.
And that's happened to me too, and it's really made me mad. It's really made me mad.
Yeah.
And again, just to touch on that topic, do be very cognizant of refreshing, resetting your system during this event. So if you hit 5, 6 players and you're well aware that your system tends to lag out and cause disconnects and freezes after so many attacks, your cookies get packed out, your packets get filled up, you do the frequent refreshes.
Clear your cookies and cache.
Yes. I hate to say it.
Shut up, Daba.
I hate to say it, but
do your frequent refreshes. And cache, refresh.
Do your frequent
modem.
Do your frequent.
And Bruno, you can't hit me anyway, honey. And you know why.
because again, I don't like it. I've been graced with not having done it yet, but I'm bound to freaking fall and screw up. But I hate seeing players, miss out on something as simple as hitting a lower player and then be like, damn it, I hit fucking end attack when I wanted to retreat, or I didn't quite bring, or you're hitting a player well above your means and you only bring 1 tune and you're like, if I only brought in a second tune, and you're thinking, oh, I can do that, and you end and you go to set.
I would bubble to you.
If you want to go to the extreme, call your ISP provider or your ISP, and then give them a good talking, and then say, hey, I want my internet to be good for the next however many days.
I want you to juice my internet for the next 72 hours.
No, you just
service provider, just for anyone who's curious.
Just make sure your ISP is good. If if you're having internet problems, and I know people on the East Coast, they've been having a lot of weather conditions over there.
Yep.
So it might be affecting them some.
Yeah, could be. And Iron, as far as jump issues, if you're talking about during Warpath, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I know we could not jump earlier today after the first maintenance, but you can jump now. So I'm not sure what you were alluding to, but seems to be fine now because I was able to jump out and go home.
See that trophy there, that matte trophy, like the matte black, looks really nice.
The silver prize, the second.
Yeah, I really like that one. Like the knuckles are like it's like matte black.
Yeah, but it's got blood, man. You gotta love the dripping blood.
Daba, I don't like your racism on this program because you're saying.
And it's more of a gunmetal gray than a matte black.
I apologize, matte gray.
And how do you know his name is Matt? Maybe it's like Shaniqua or Taiwan or something. Can it be Tyrone Black?
That's the shade of you have like.
Have a heart attack over there.
Okay, here we got a question in YouTube. Just purchased Sunder's unyielding armor. Says 50% reduction from sustained and 50% reduction from all while moving. So his question is: are the two buffs stacked while being hit by sustained?
If you're sitting still, in theory, it should, but I don't think it would make you invisible to sustain. Because if you sit still, let's see, the one I think is when you sit still, and the other one I think is when you're moving. So there's no way that you can be sitting still and moving.
I believe you're right, Daba. I think one is only while stationary, and the other one gives you the bonus while moving. So it's impossible to have them both.
Right. So when you're sitting still, you're going to get the one, and when you're moving, you're going to get the other.
So if he's in your base and you're offline, put the sitting still one. But if you're using him in attack, put the moving one.
Hey, do you mind if I interrupt you guys?
No. Go ahead.
Do you, Dava?
No.
Okay. Only 6 likes so far. Like and subscribe. Sorry.
Or dislike and subscribe. I don't care if you like it or not, as long as you're
just hit something. You hit like or dislike and
some value out of it.
There's 7. Come on, keep going, people.
Like or dislike and subscribe. Okay.
Yes. And subscribe. All right.
And don't forget to smash that like button.
Now you're gonna make me want to put silly things in the post production.
With the Sundra, you would get 100% boost if you're getting hit by Liberators.
But one's where you're standing, and one's where you're sitting, right?
No, just put Sunder's damage reduction from sustained.
Once they while moving.
While moving.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All righty then.
All right. Well, honor is the point system to determine a player's placement in the leaderboard one. Yeah, no duh. Like with Infinite, honor is earned by attacking and winning players' base. Well, yeah, I'm just going over the motions for those who haven't heard it yet. Winning player base attacks lost by defending and losing against player base attacks. Honor has been slightly adjusted to be more fair towards players of all levels.
Yay.
Yes, this is important. So I'm
happy about that.
Yeah. So honor is earned from PvP engagement in the following ways: defending a player's base battle with a 1-star, 2-star, or 3-star victory. Or defeating, I'm sorry. Increased honors is earned by defeating a player of higher level, defeating a player with more honor, or defeating a player and earning more stars in the battle. Honor can only be earned once from each player, and that's based on the fact that you can only attack them once. After a player base has been attacked, they will be placed under permanent damage, protection until the end of the warpath. See the section on permanent damage above, blah, 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 for more details. There's a little damage protection picture, which is cool because it's not your standard dome. It's the little purpley pink one. While Warpath is active, you can only attack a specific player once. After an attack concludes, for any reason, including end attack, as I alluded to above, The attack player will be placed under a permanent damage protection, preventing further attacks only from the original attacker until Warpath concludes. But that doesn't mean you can't get your sector together and gang up on a person. One person hits him. 4 hours goes, the next player in your alliance or whatever hits them, and so forth, and you just kind of red robin the whole thing, or round robin, whatever you call it.
Indicated by the pink bubble that you see up in the top left corner of this post.
Yep. Perma damage protection expires at the end of Warpath. Perma damage protection appears as a pink version of the damage protection bubble. Thank you. Any attack attempt will trigger perma damage protection regardless of the result. That is to say, if you attack and get disconnected from your internet, perma damage. If it's sad. Too bad, so sad. If you attack and retreat, or attack and end attack, perma damage. Other forms of damage protection will still be visible if you have not engaged in an attack with a specific player during the Warpath event. Regardless, protection bubbles have been reduced to 4 hours during Warpath. Regular, not regardless. Regular protection bubbles have been reduced to 4 hours during Warpath.
And we have some epic stuff in here.
This is the big thing. Blood, thorium, and the blood market. The blood market is where you exchange your blood thorium in for stuff. So blood thorium is earned after Warpath ends. You can only earn blood thorium through PvP. And hopefully everybody's received and gone through there to see what blood thorium they've won from last season. Blood thorium is earned after Warpath ends. You can only earn blood thorium through PvP. Open the blood market by clicking on the button at the bottom of the Warpath menu window, as shown above. The blood market can also be opened by clicking on the gear store and then on the exchange section. The blood market has been updated to include the following: max training tokens, price 1 blood thorium for 1 token. Poly training tokens, price 1 blood thorium per token. Burnside training token, price 1 blood thorium per token. So if you want to upgrade max, poly, or burnside, they're now in the blood thorium, what do they call it, market.
And for the upgrades, I'm assuming those 3 units are going to follow traditional units that in the past, like Ardra, where it's 1 for the first level, a total of 2 needed to upgrade for the second level, 3 and 4, so giving you a total of 10 blood thor, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 blood thorium total needed to take your unit to level 5.
Okay. And Wrong Thinker just said the copy of the post has been updated to accurately reflect there is not a temporary reduction of the base defender's platoon. The go-go bar makes that bonus permanent. So that's where you get it.
Thank you very much for the clarification.
Cool. Yep.
So then we'll just get the standard 50% that we always are going to get from now on.
So we're getting 15% reduction during Warpath for their go-go bar that we upgrade it.
Yes.
It's okay, WT. I know you've had a long day.
Quite all right.
All right.
I would also like to throw out that it would have been nice to see the heroes put in, but you know, they're still trying to keep them rare at this point, so I doubt we'll see them for a while in there.
You mean as an exchange for your blood
for
thorium?
blood thorium, yeah.
No, speaking, that's a good topic because I really would like to see more standard units because a lot of players coming back. I know this has been brought up in the Discord chat, but the standard like Jug and Herald and Phantom, those standard units, they should really put those on the map at least once a month.
I will say, for me personally, they had, and it was mentioned in post.
Yeah.
The basis for the elite levels of units. For example, I'm a case in point. I did all of my Omega parts for a unit, and I basically need 6 of the elite parts to gain that unit level so that I can jump it to Omega. So I'm waiting, and it has been said that they are going to work on bringing out ways to get the elite parts again. So you're absolutely right. It's nice to see the regular.
Yeah, hopefully they'll bring those out, and because I have a few friends that they're coming back to the game. They don't have some of the units they need to get, so I would like to see them get those, and hopefully they'll fix that.
Okay, Lady Warrior, would you please present Daba again so he can finish up his spreadsheet? I believe is complete.
Give me 1 second. Sorry.
And again, I'm very grateful that you're able to help. In the future, I'll know that it does not allow me to function when I'm trying to use display tabs rather than function windows rather than tabs.
Well, and I wonder if part of it's too is because I started the show and you didn't. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. But
my first comment on Daba's spreadsheet is I don't like his color coordinating.
I don't either.
The red sucks balls.
especially the red up there, man.
To be fair,
I'm not liking red.
Hold on. To be fair, you guys said you didn't want pretty. You just wanted.
Okay, but stop real fast and everybody tell Wrong Thinker goodbye. He's got to leave.
Bye,
Wrong Thinker, thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, bro. I appreciate it.
Remember, there's only 1 ice cube in your glass of scotch. Only 1. Don't want to water it down too much.
And drink an extra one for the job well done today.
Yeah. There you go. Have another fucking Corona.
Okay, now Daba, please explain. Even though these colors are terrible.
All right, so if it was me, I'd have these alternating colors and all that, but you guys said you didn't want pretty, so there it is. Raw numbers. So these are your hours for the particular tech on the left, and I want a nice thick border in the middle, but as you can see, I'm trying to put it, but it's not working. But then these are your days. So 0.56 hours, so that's 30 minutes. 3 hours for this hammer bronze tech, 20 hours for the gold tech. 10 hours.
Basically, the purifier is the only one that. Well, the purifier, the phalanx, the Hades. These are the Apollo. These are the units that are the closest to a full. Well, actually, Apollo and purifier are a day. The rest of them are like 3/4 of a day or half a day or less.
Which is not bad. War Commander random trivia. How much was charged ordnance to replicate?
Yeah, I don't.
Too much.
3 days.
Yeah.
3 days. So this is only 1 day. So this is the best tech for these particular Gen 1 units is at most a day for an Apollo and a Purifier. So that's really good. If you look over on the days, I mean, those are, the Purifier is 1.04 days along with the Apollo. And the rest are just, decimals of days. And so.
I mean, honestly, excuse me. I mean, honestly, the Phalanx 0.69. That's you're looking at what, 18 hours? Or excuse me, not 18 hours. You're looking at about maybe 18 hours, 16, 18 hours, at a little over 2/3. So it's not exceptionally long. I mean, it's an overnight kind of thing, so to speak, or it's a work day kind of thing. If you start it at night when you go to bed, you get up, you go to work. By the time you get home from work, it'll be completed.
So there's your minutes for gold tech.
The Fury is 12 hours roughly.
Well, no, these are minutes.
The far where it says gold cost, isn't that your days?
Yeah, Fury's 12.5 hours.
Yeah, I said the Phalanx at 0.69 would be like roughly, I said like 18 hours or so. And then I said, like you said, 0.52 days, which is the Fury, which is like 12 hours. Half a day.
That's not so bad.
Post show, I will make this very pretty and I'll put it up on the Unshackled page, but here's the raw numbers.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's excellent.
Yeah, and ditch those colors.
Oh yeah.
Daba,
but
Daba, be like me. Make it uglier.
In that case, hold on. I got this.
All right. Anybody have any questions before I stop Daba sharing?
There it is. Boom. It's purple. Oh yeah, and for the OCD
Noblet.
We'll just do this. Yellow. There we go. Boom. For the OCD freaks.
All right.
Oh, God.
All right.
Okay. All right. Daba's no longer screen sharing. And let me see. Who am I? Oh, there you go. Okay. It's back to Venom.
Oh, I'm not screen sharing jack shit. I'm done. It's everybody's free for all.
Yeah, I was gonna say questions, comments, concerns before, because we're on a 3-hour show right now.
Yeah, I had no intention of doing this. That's why I'm yawning. And
I know.
I want to really quickly again just thank you, Wrong Thinker, for being there and sticking up and staying with us as long as you have. So get some well-deserved sleep, so that you can wake up bright and early in the morning and go through all this shit again.
Yeah. Oh. All right.
So, and my phone is literally at 4%. So
Yeah.
so I'm going to.
I guess we can wrap this up and go from there. Start with shout outs. Start with Anton.
Yep. Again, thanks very much to everybody in the panel and to Venom and Lady Warrior. Thanks for the invite. All the gang out there on YouTube, you're a great wee bunch there and that there. Good for you. Wrong Thinker, fair play, buddy. There. I'll catch up soon with you. And also there for the leader or the winner of that Infinity prize, #1 in the world. If somebody could post that. And on the Saturday show, I'll give him a free hit on my base there. I'm a level 46, so you'll get a lot of honor. The first person to do that, that's the deal. That's it.
All right. Champy?
Oh, yeah, man. I got all kinds of shout outs.
Oh, Jesus. Go ahead.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Y'all thought this was going to be a 3-hour show, about to become a 6-hour show.
No, it's not.
It could be if shit.
Well, with Champ's foray into politics, he has to learn his filibustering technique.
That's true, but not tonight.
I mean, I'll start with you guys on the panel. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Great show. Second shout out goes to Wrong Thinker there on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to the Kickside people for listening to us and our criticisms and critique on your game. This one's gonna get me in trouble. This one specifically goes to Venom because he doesn't like politics. Shout out to Donald Trump.
I'm gonna make
oh my God!
I'm gonna make War Commander great again. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be huge.
I'm gonna make War Commander great. But
he's gonna make War Commander great again, and I think he's on that path.
Yeah. No, I like a lot of the changes. There's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons. I mean.
Okay, we ain't going there.
No, I think they're going in a good direction, and they're giving us what we asked for, and they're still working on it. As far as I can see, they're listening to what we have to say. So that's I really appreciate them tuning in these shows and listening to our advice and our criticisms and stuff. And it's a fun game. I'm having a lot of fun. I love the Warpath, but it's I don't want to say it is what it is, but it is what it was, as Anton puts it. But oh yeah, then my final shout out goes to Sector 49. Sorry guys. That's all.
Daba.
So today, with my shout out,
don't you talk slow like that. I will
Come
kick
on.
you right out.
what are we? Oh yeah. So first, major props to Wrong Thinker for sticking around. It's probably 7:30 Kickside time right now, so it's pretty awesome that he was able to stick around and answer a lot of our questions. Shout out to my immune system for keeping me strong while I do this shout out. Shout out to what's his face? Mercs. I thought it says still tree, but it S little tree. But he got all,
tree.
yeah, that
still a tree.
yeah, there we go. he found a lot of good posts that Wrong Thinker had like commented on and whatnot, and sent me screenshots that we showed on the show. So shout out to him, and shout out to everyone that's doing Warpath. Go smash, avoid the politics. You got 199 other sectors because you don't hit your home. You got 199 sectors, so have fun. Just make it PvP. If you get hit in PvP, don't go screenshotting and all that. Just have fun.
Okay. Slim?
Okay, so first I'm going to start out with an announcement, a brief announcement. There will be for those of you who like PvP and are in the Unshackled community, which I would hope would be everyone listening to this show, there will be a tentative raid rav of sorts, rid rav, whatever you call it, of sorts, for the 17th of March, tentatively, assuming, Kickside doesn't throw out some random thing at us. So have your shit ready. More information coming soon on the page. Also, shout out to Rav173 and I guess one more shout out to Daba because I have my Omega Jug now.
Hey, I wasn't the only one.
I'm just saying, Toad too, I guess. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
And you said you weren't a rapper. You said you weren't the real Slim Shady. Rib, rap, whatever, rap, rib, whatever you want. That was straight up some gangster shit.
Sure it was.
He's a modern day rapper.
Okay, well, I guess I'll do mine and then I'll let Venom close the show. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to everybody out there in YouTube land. Thank you so much for your participation tonight. Lots of good questions, lots of good comments. A second shout out to Mercs for all of the different things he put out there that Wrong Thinker had said and commented on. It really, really helped us because sometimes we try, but we can't always just have everything up and open and get to it in a moment's notice. You doing that was a lot of help tonight. Shout out to Wrong Thinker for being out there in the chat and giving us some good information, answering a few questions for us. That was greatly appreciated. We always appreciate you coming around. You're always welcome anytime you have time to come on the panel. Any one of us will give up our spot if we need to for you to come on and hang out with us. We really do appreciate that. I have a couple of special shout outs to Kicksai myself, and these are on a personal level. The first one is I had a little issue with my XP for the event, and I got a really nice person within Kicksai that helped me get my issues figured out, and I really, really appreciate that. You were very kind in helping me and did a great job. You went an extra mile to make sure that I was satisfied, and I really do appreciate that. My second one is I had a very dear friend and former teammate pass away last Sunday, and through the help of Ahmad and some other people, Kicksai perma-bubbled his base, and I greatly appreciate that. This young man was a beautiful person, had battled ALS for quite some time, lost his young son who was 12 or 13 to cancer 2 years ago, and finally lost his battle last Sunday. And for you to do that means the world to me personally, because he was such a great person. And the thought of his base getting hit once the memorial was over and we were all gone just made me kind of sick to my stomach. So I really appreciate that. That was a very kind and generous thing that you did. And I'll always be thankful for that. One last shout out to you, Bruno. You're a brat, and I'm kicking your ass later. And that's it for me.
All right. First off, Bruno, you're my new friend. You're right. Trump sucks.
I love Bruno. Bruno is my partner in crime. He's a great person. I like him a lot.
Okay, so real quick, my shout outs are basically fourfold. First and foremost, I want to shout out my wife for putting up with this. I'll have you know that I have not eaten dinner because it was going on at the start of the show. She had hers, and I sat over here bullshitting with you people. But it's for the best of causes. So I appreciate all you who support the show and the brand and support Shadow Killer and the endeavor that he took upon himself to keep us, our family of Unshackled alum, together to help spread the information and come up with answers and pose questions like we did today with such a massive rollout of information and changes in the game. Having good, absolutely admirable viewpoints. Anton's 100% accurate in the things that upset him, and Champ's 100% accurate in seeing some of the good and bad and questioning, even in Godscope, questioning certain things like, will this happen? Why is it this way? And this is bullshit, but that's good. That's what this is all about. It's about sharing the information amongst all of us. We're all together. It's not us on the panel and you in YouTube. It's not you, the viewers, and those who are on the page. We're all one family. So I appreciate all of you who like and subscribe or dislike and subscribe or whatever, just for spending some time with us and helping us talk about the game, because that's really what brings us together in the end of it. Shout out to, I hate this. I'm about to throw up in my mouth a little bit. Shout out to Kixeye. Yeah, that didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. But you rolled out something and you didn't have a major catastrophe. So things are looking up. Thanks for bringing a positive spin to a lot of things in the game. Thanks for at least elaborating on thoughts and things that we wanted to see happen. So you are certainly listening, and it shows to the player base in whole. Obviously, it's going to upset some of us because you can't appease everybody, but you've certainly taken a lot of the major steps for a lot of the major things that we needed to see happen in the game are showing improvement, even at the behest of things that we might want to see. It's not something that the majority of us want to see, because remember, our opinion is only one. There's a lot of players in this game and a lot of different opinions, so you can't take too much to heart if it doesn't go your way. It might be in the benefit of the masses. So for that, thank you, Kixeye, for listening to the player base. For Wrong Thinker, yeah, I like them neat too. But thank you for hanging out with us and for conferring out there in YouTube chat, for answering some of the questions that we had as we posed them live on the show. That, again, shows a great deal of respect for us players, that you're taking your own time and being part of the discussion in one manner or another. So I appreciate that. To the rest, I just want to say, keep your donations and out there for Lon, for Fahu and his fight. He's got a lot of treatments ahead, and until his final fight is over and he's in remission or cured, I don't want anybody letting up, giving the support he needs in whatever manner you can lend, financial or spiritual, or just a good ear to hear, to listen to him, or have a little fun, go rid with him in the game, whatever. To all the others that are going through those kind of crises, there's another player that I'm very connected to, a longtime friend in the game, and he too has started his first round of chemotherapy. So, keep that in mind. Everybody has these problems. We've lost players, Chicken Little in the past recently, so many different players, and now with Joker's Wild. Just remember, in the end, it's a game. It's a war game. There's a lot of fighting, but there's always a human being on the other side of that screen. So let bygones be bygones when you turn off your monitor. Don't take things personal in the game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Keep that pride and that level of respect up.
Keep it classy.
Keep it classy.
Keep
guys.
it classy. Exactly. And I just have one last real quick thing. I will not be here next week.
Thanks for letting us know. We can all bubble you now.
Oh, yeah. You can bubble me all next week. I won't care because I will be on a beach in Florida or in a bar in Florida or on a dance floor in Florida. But I will be anywhere but in this game.
Hey, Lady
but
Warrior.
I will be back in 2 weeks.
Lady Warrior, you know for the next 2 weeks it's going to be raining in Florida across
No,
the
it's not, baby. No, it's not. It ain't going to be raining on my vacation. I'm going down for bike week. It's going to be fantastic.
I'm not too far from there, and let me just say the weather is not very great right now.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, it'll be fine when I get there.
The thing about
go down there. I would just say take that global warming.
Yeah, the thing about Florida though, it rains like hell for about 5 minutes, and then it's fucking sunny. Then it rains like hell for 15 minutes, and then it's freaking beautiful again.
Yep. Well, you know what? If it rains for 15 minutes, that's enough time to pop in a bar and have another drink.
Lady Warrior, you should have made your flight out to California.
Oh, I'm not flying them. We're driving. Just me and my cousin, a girls' weekend.
Not too bad for you.
Driving.
California would have been better.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Just saying.
I know, dear, but maybe next time.
With that said, to take a tone from David. Well, that said, good night, have fun, and I hope to see all of you again on Saturday. Lady Warrior excused, of course. So see you next broadcast of War Commander Unshackled. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.